Happy birthday, Aries. We'll start with y'all. So, Michael, you got a big old ego. This could be a Gemini, a Leo, a Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, an Aries, a Cancer, a Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. So, Michael, you have a big ego. Hey, thank you. What's going on for Aries? Alright, so you could be trying to work right now. It's like, okay, you feel like you have people that's on your team and or people are trying to get with the program when it comes to things that you want to do. So this is making you feel really good. You're kind of evaluating your purpose and or any type of decision that you need to make, any changes or how you can be consistent to make sure that something develops the way it needs to. You want to make sure that something grows. You also could be self-evaluating. Maybe there was some type of honest communication and or some type of paperwork or something that you had to look at a different perspective when it comes to a person. And maybe you see, okay, like this person's able to work and or they have an accomplishment to themselves. But there could be some type of destruction based off of a fight or some type of issue when it comes to gossiping, or they don't really want to talk to you that much. You also could be working to make a payment, or you're collaborating with somebody that's younger than you and they got to make a payment. This person could be trying to renew something and or reflect because they have a judge in front of them. This definitely could be someone who's a father figure, whether they're going to child support, custody. This could be a criminal case. This could be a civil case. Somebody could be suing somebody's business because they decided to talk about a pregnancy when it comes to how something was working. No. There also could be someone that's pregnant. Congratulations if you are Aries. Maybe you've been honest with the person that you got pregnant by about what you want to do and or the plan, and they're willing to go with their purpose or go with the flow when it comes to it. You may be very dedicated to your job right now, so it's like you don't really want to surrender something based off of a baby. There's a Sagittarius around that feels some type of burden right now. They feel like you have some type of structure and you've been consistent with it, that you're able to grow. You're anticipating some other type of growth or being able to make some type of decision for yourself. They feel like you're able to protect yourself, or you're around an air sign who's pregnant. Maybe they feel like you got somebody else around. If they're not pregnant, it's like, oh, you see this person as your match and you're ready to dedicate yourself to this person. So they can be spying, but they feel like this air sign or whoever this is a bully, or they're trying to deceive you. So just FYI, are they? Now, it's not a Gemini. They're not. But if they're not a Gemini, yes, they could be. They're paralyzed by fear about not having a relationship. So they feel like, okay, well, if you're going to deny me from something, or if you're not going to talk to me about a situation, I'll create some type of challenge to where you have to deal with me. So that's why when it comes to that. Alright, what else is going on for Aries? I forgot about the timer. So something about time could be important. Maybe you're losing track of time. You could be ending a situation that you know that's just toxic. It's like, okay, well, I have some type of revelation and I want to do something independently. That could have been something that you were curious about, or you're just kind of sitting back and seeing how something was going to develop. And now you're ready to take action. This even could be a person. Maybe you have a desire for somebody and you're like, okay, well, it may be a painful choice, so they may say no, but nothing's going to change unless I say something, and you've been fixated on watching them or talking to them the entire time. So you feel like, okay, well, I might as well just go ahead and address it now. There also could be some type of investigation. You may get some type of message about something, or it's something that you have to pay attention to, that you need to investigate in order to make sure that something is balanced. You may be a little tired when you realize that there's some type of blindness or there's some type of painful choice that you're going to have to make. Okay, and this could be related to a Libra and or somebody else around. Scorpio could be around. Heavy on the Libra, a fire sign. You also may get some type of message that make you excited. So congratulations on whatever this is. This is going to balance out whatever you've been dealing with secretly. Maybe you haven't been sleeping as well, or it's something that you've been in your head about. This is going to make you feel good. So there is good news that's coming. Alright, last message for Aries. Hope y'all enjoy your birthday. Hey. Okay, so there may be some type of challenge that you have to put up. It may be there's something that you some type of money that you have to give out, or somebody else feels like they're under attack and they want your energy or your ideas, your thoughts, and or your help. Somebody could definitely need some type of money. This could be a fire sign and or an earth sign. But maybe you feel like, okay, well, it's been a challenge, or they're going through a challenge because they were slow to do something when it comes to their desires or get something to go in their favor. You feel like somebody had the money, the opportunity, and or the time to get something done, and because they didn't, this led to some type of conflict. So you don't really want to save somebody when it comes to the situation. You kind of just want to sit back and stabilize because you feel like you raised your kids, or you did something for yourself, or you have to focus on your own. Again, there could be something that you're buying yourself for your birthday, and or just something that you're spending money on. And say, okay, well, I know I got to be slow and steady when it comes to making this back or whatever. Something may be a challenge, but you feel like you were in your head, or you feel like, okay, well, it's clear that you've been doing things for other people, and you feel like somebody's been taking money, or there's been some type of strategy. So it's like, you know what, why not? You know that you'll be able to stabilize. You could have been some type of emotional spending, or you will. All right. Confirmations for Aries. Hey. So no stressing. You don't need to stress. Stress hurts your body anyway. You could be faded. You need to go get your hair cut. Something about a barbershop could be important. A cosmetology school. Somebody don't want to go, and or they don't want to say anything about where they are going. Okay, you are going to be able to be excited. Somebody wants to fuck the shit out of them, and or you. Something about a Cancer could be important. This person could be all in your ear and all in your face. This could be somebody that wanted to have a traditional relationship with you, and or you were once married to. Maybe y'all work together. Something about this Cancer could be important. The initial B could be important, first, middle, or last. Yes, let them come over. Okay, something about your birthday or Aries season could be important. There also could be a bad choice that you're making, so be careful when it comes to that. You may need a new Apple product, and or be getting a new phone, a new iPad, or maybe something's breaking and you need to get a replacement. Somebody could be buying a used car. This could be a Cancer. And it's like, okay, well, they always have some type of tradition when it comes to buying a car, and now this was a bad choice, and now they want to be all in your ear and see if you can help them. No. Okay. You could have dealt with somebody that wasn't your own sign, and or that was, but there's an air sign around that was knowingly a third party in the situation. You also could have left your stove on, or food on top of your stove. Somebody could be asking you and or them, why do they hate you, or why do they hate me? All right. Even if they ask you, like, oh my God, I don't know what to do. All right. Let's move on. All right, let's do your love reading. What's your sign? Somebody could want to sleep with you. Let's switch decks. Somebody definitely want to sleep with you. Alright, what's going on with you, Virgo, in your love life? Alright, so somebody's ready to have a relationship. They want to commit to you, or you want a commitment. Maybe there's also somebody that you're around that you thought that you were going to marry. You feel like, okay, well, this could be somebody I can settle down with, and or complete yourself with, or they can complete you. But throughout the process, they started to neglect you, or you realize, okay, well, now you have to chase this person based off of their habits. Now, if somebody feels like they want you to neglect your habits for them, it's like, okay, well, yeah, I'll marry you, I'll be with you. As long as you move ties from something that you already know is a part of you, you're going to have to let that go. Now, there also could be somebody around that feels like you're irreplaceable. Y'all have already went through some type of transition to where you know that this relationship is over. You feel like this ship has sailed. But at the same time, again, you feel like this could have been some type of commitment and or relationship. Somebody could be wanting to party and or just have fun right now. They could be happily single, and they may end up running into somebody who wants to escape through them. Somebody could be like, okay, well, I want you to be my third party, or I want to commit to you, or I can be your sugar mama, sugar daddy, whatever. And somebody is saying no. So your ex does have boundaries, Virgo. Alright, what else is going on? When it comes to you finding somebody you'll get married to, you will be able to. But you have to get past anybody that you have unfinished business with first. Okay, because maybe from time to time you get into the stage where you're reflecting. It's like, okay, well, how can I go into the next phase, or how can I just move past this? And you're not actually growing through it. So you're just trying to move on like it didn't happen. So get some type of understanding. You also may be talking to a parent or like a grandparent or something about their love life, or how something happened in the past. Something like that could be important. All right, what else you need to know about your love life? Okay, so as you detach, there's somebody that's going to come back towards you that feels like they should express themselves better. They're going to try to seduce you at the same time. Okay, so it's like, oh, well, let's just savor the moment. Let's just kind of figure out where this goes. This person is going to actually shock you when they come towards you, because once you say no, you're going to realize somebody's lying. There's going to lead to a disagreement, and or you're like, okay, well, they really don't have any type of values. So expect somebody to come back, and you need to stand 10 toes down on that. What else? When can you expect somebody you can date? Give it until Gemini season, okay? Because right now, it seems like you're still needing to structure something for yourself that's going to help you heal and move forward. You feel lonely from time to time, and this makes you want to be gullible and or foolish, and or you deal with people who are, and this leaves you disappointed and stuck in the loop. So you need to revoke some type of offers first, and then your perspective's going to change. So you're not going to date nobody no time soon. But there could be somebody that's coming towards you that feel like they're urgent, or they want to do something urgently with you. Maybe they're like, oh, let's go get ice cream, or let's go do something, or whatever the case may be. All right, go ahead and drop your yes or no question. It doesn't have to be related. You may have a rough end of the week, so just FYI when it comes to that. But be lighthearted and find some type of carefree time for yourself. Somebody may call you, but you can tell that they're talking around other people when they're talking to you. So, no, say my name or say the things you used to say. Somebody is coming towards you soon, okay? They're going to be wondering if you're willing to go back. They also could be wanting to pay you back or give you some type of money. Somebody definitely wants to Netflix and chill. But this is a person that's going to need to be last in line when it comes to some type of marriage. You also may talk to somebody who is married and or passive aggressive. Maybe they were once married, okay? So just FYI when it comes to somebody giving you some type of advice. If you are a single parent, make sure you take that break. Something about a statement piece could be important. Whether this is like you writing something particular, you're wearing something particular, or a perfume, something like that could be important. You also may find something disgusting about some type of drama. Don't focus on the distraction. But also make sure you're not repeating the same patterns as your parents, okay? All right, let's see. What was your username? Okay, what's your follow-up yes or no question? It doesn't have to be related. And then we'll move on. Does my Scorpio ex want something serious? No, they don't. Okay, they want to destruct some type of wisdom and or some type of challenge for themselves. They're going to come towards you and be defensive. You're going to be completely disappointed. I got no across the board. Let it go. But yes, they are watching. Okay, so continue to feed into yourself, because maybe you're starting to feel good, look good, and continue to do something for yourself. All right, let's move on. If you want to send in for your question, you can. But right now, I'm going to go into Taurus. Taurus, somebody could be like, I don't know what you're talking about. Or maybe you're going to say that to somebody else. It's like, you know what? I don't know. I have no idea what you're talking about. What's going on for Taurus? Something about sunflowers could be important. Some type of roses. Somebody could be trying to give you your flowers. Overall, it seems like you have some type of happiness to you. Some type of optimism. That could be something that you're scheduled to say, or something that's coming out. And it's like, okay, well, let me just make sure I know what I'm going to say when it comes to a situation. Maybe you know somebody that's going to end up coming out the closet. It seems like you're happy overall. It seems like you have everything that you need. Things are kind of going in your favor. There may be some type of paperwork that's like, okay, well, I can wrap up this process. There could be some type of sudden disappointment when it comes to a child and or a creative opportunity. Maybe you feel like, okay, well, things are going creative, and then all of a sudden there's some type of like, I don't know, people are walking away, or people seeing something differently based off of some type of manipulation. This could be an air sign that's around. A water sign. Who am I talking to? Taurus? Somebody feels like, okay, well, you haven't been communicating clearly, or there hasn't been some type of boundary that should have been in place. So now I'm disappointed in how something is shaking up. So I'm going to speak up to the world, or I'm going to put something online that's going to make me look happy, or that's going to make me have some type of positivity. It's like, okay, well, I'm going to act like I have a fresh start, or they're going to talk about a situation and or even a child. Maybe somebody's coming out and saying that they're pregnant. Or that somebody's talking about, let's say you're having another kid, and somebody's talking about either the child's mom or the child's father. Somebody trying to gossip about a pregnancy. I don't know. But overall, it's like you don't really have any shame when it comes to it. So maybe you're ready to speak out about a situation, but you feel like the person that you either have the kid with or maybe the father, you feel like they don't really have anything that they clearly want to say. They're just disappointed how everything is shaking up, and they feel like this is a burden. So you feel like some gossip is causing an issue for someone else, and you're trying to stabilize it. Oh, Taurus. Even if this is for a kid, maybe you're not pregnant, you already have a kid. Okay, what else is going on? It's like you're going through a divorce, and it's like everything that they're trying to accomplish, the only thing is doing is fucking up with the kid or making the kid feel like I don't understand or something that's throwing them off. Something could be going really well for you at work. There could be some type of wish fulfillment. Maybe you should make sure you're not overindulging and like, oh, you have to work all the time. Give yourself a break. Yeah, there's some type of opportunity that comes towards you, okay? And you may be able to secure something, but in the process, you may feel like something that's disappointing you emotionally, or there's some type of half-ass apology, or there's somebody that's trying to get you triggered for whatever reason. They want you to be disappointed in the fact that you're healing it or moving on. Maybe they're disappointed because they thought that some type of offer was going to come towards them and it was revoked. And so now they have to play into the game of like, oh, everything is okay. I'm not worried. I have a new person, or I have a new conversation, or something that I'm paying into, and this is making them feel confident and or determined. They could be paying somebody in particular and or trying to learn from somebody to figure out how they can conform or what they can do next. So somebody's giving you some type of front and they want you to play into this game. Also, if you are dating somebody and you give an opportunity to a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, you may end up being disappointed. Somebody may feel like there's some type of vanity to this relationship where they just want to be seen, or they just want you to do certain things that make it seem like you are going to be consistent to pay into their confidence. It's like, okay, well, in the end, maybe we can get married or we'll have some type of belief, but then you're going to be disappointed. They're not actually going to marry you, so you're going to be spending all your money or your time on the person that's not giving back to you. Or maybe you feel like this has already happened. If you're disappointed because you feel like this has already happened, your confidence is about to boost. Okay, you could be learning something or studying something particular, and you're going to get a lot of energy and love and support for this. You may be disappointed, though, because you feel like there was some type of security to another option or another project. All right, let's move on. She said, I don't really need you. What song is this? So Going by Monica. Alright, what else is going on for Taurus? Somebody could have a business phone or a business line. Okay, so you could be trying to pick out some type of options and or confused about which option is the best, which route is the best, or what's going to give you the most, because it seems like you're not really sure if you are in love with a situation or how something's going to pan out for you. Maybe it's like, okay, well, I have a couple of different options, but you're not sure how to reach out to either new people and new clients, or there's something that you're not sure how to connect. You may need to kind of just sit back and meditate and kind of figure out why you started and or what the source of this is. What's the solution that you're trying to find? Have some type of fun with this. And this is going to give you some type of strength when it comes to it. You also may be, again, there's some type of disappointment in a fire sign and or just somebody who's married. There could be a fire sign relationship, whether the masculine or the feminine is the fire sign. Maybe they look really good in public, but the woman could be sad right now, and they're trying to give strength to their own issues at this point in time. Maybe they feel like they created their own issues, and they ignored the situation because they were in their emotions. This could be about their job. It's like, damn, I could have kept this. I could have done something if I wasn't so worried about trying to please my husband, or maybe somehow somebody's trying to give you some type of drama, or they're trying to talk to you about it. All right. What else is going on for Taurus? We started with Aries. Okay, so as something gets completed, you may feel like the process took too long. It's like, okay, well, finally I got here, or I made it, or I get something that I want. I'm finally through some type of settlement, or something's going in your favor, but at the same time, you feel like you can't really indulge in it the way that you want. You have some type of clarity that you have to hold off, and or there may be some type of delay that's coming up. So you want to remain practical when it comes to your finances and or something that you just obtained. You could be in your head though, because there's something that you really want to do. It's like, damn, I really want to travel. I really want to go do something that makes me feel renewed and or refreshed. Maybe you want to just go to a new city where somebody don't really know you and just kind of see how it plans out. Somebody, if you are traveling, there could be some type of delay when it comes to your travel. So make sure you are clear about your options and or I guess how this process is working at this point in time. There also could be something that you haven't gotten completed yet. This could help you practically, and or there's somebody around you and you think, okay, well, I'm not sure if I'm going to reach out to this person, but it seems like they're practical. Now you're just conflicted on how you're going to say something or address the situation. Somehow you feel like somebody has refreshed you and or helped you when it comes to wish fulfillment, but you could be in their head because you feel like as much as they're practical and they're on some type of roller coaster or some type of thrill, they have some type of clarity about how some type of cycle is going to happen and or what you already want. You're scared to approach somebody? Okay, or they're scared to approach you. Anything else for Taurus? Alright, so continue to trust yourself because your intuition is trying to tell you something. So how, I don't know, so how if you feel trapped in or you feel like there's something that you have to let go, you don't. Go ahead and get that out of your mind and or your feelings. It seems like there's a situation that's growing. You also may know that somebody's pregnant. And or they're trying to comfort somebody. They feel like, okay, well, this is somebody of my past that I wish that I could have dealt with, or whatever the case may be. There could be somebody that you have a relationship with. Maybe you even have a friend. It's like, okay, well, me and this person was friends in the past, or we went to high school together, and they dated this one person, and I know that that's going to have some type of perspective on this relationship if things suddenly shake up and it works out between us. Somehow you could be worried about that, or you know someone involved, or they know you. This could be involving a Cancer, a Scorpio, Leo, a Virgo, a Pisces. Heavy on the Pisces, a Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. All right, let's move forward. There could be a Scorpio around you that's no good, FYI. You also may need to be checking your bills and or your finances. There could be a period of bad luck that you're getting through. Somebody's not really talking about everything on purpose, and maybe they're going through a period of bad luck. This is the time for you to focus. Make sure you're not gambling right now. Okay, you may need to go to the gym, and or there's some type of bill, sideline bill that you need to get paid, like a Netflix, or there's some type of subscription. You can feel like somebody around you is a burden, and or you're having to carry the weight of a burden. You're not really wanting something to end, but you know that it has to. You could be going down a rabbit hole of a person, an event, or something that's already happened. You also could be hearing about a high-speed chase. Okay, you need to decline some type of kiss, or somebody's going to decline sleeping with you. Say, like, oh, okay, well, they're going to act like, oh, well, let's just push this off until later, and then the answer's still going to be no. So there could be a situation, it's like, oh, there's another one and another one. So there's more than one person that's involved. There also could be a genuine mix-up. So just laugh when it comes to it, because you are going to figure it out and be exactly right on how to fix it. Somebody can be clowning their friends with love and just giving them some type of energy where they can laugh because maybe they've been going through a whole lot of bullshit. Or this is what they're going to be doing towards you. It's like they're just wanting to make you feel better towards. You're not trying to hear something in particular, but you're going to have to. Again, there's some type of subscriptions that's taking your money. Your skin could be clearing up, so that's good. There's a water sign that's turned on every time you post. And yes, you will reconcile with somebody. Even if this is a friend, a job, an apartment, something like that. All right, let's see. Let me make sure I didn't miss any crystals before we move on. All right, let's move on. Hey, Miss Parker. So somebody want to talk to you, Gemini. Somebody feels like if you gave them the opportunity, they would take it, but they confused on if you're going to ignore them, or maybe vice versa. You want to talk to somebody, it's like, oh, if they gave me the chance. Okay, so you may feel like something is a burden, but something is actually nearly complete when it comes to a situation. Okay, so just break things down and figure out what you can work with, figure out what your plan is, and or how you can have some type of structure throughout the process. You'll be able to recover just fine. You also could be learning to say no when it comes to a situation, and or just people that want to work with you or the way that you want to work through a situation. It's like, Ashley, I'm going to do it a different type of way, or I'm going to step back and see something a different type of way. And this is helping you have some type of forgiveness and or reconciliation with your influence and or your power. So good job. It seems like you're also using your logic right now. When it comes to somebody that wants to suppress any type of issues that y'all have, it's like, okay, well, let's just work together. Let's just say, see if we have type of structure, or, you know, we don't have to involve somebody else. We can just do something creative. This could even be a family member. It's like, oh, okay, well, yeah, I know that you were dating somebody in my family or whatever, but it didn't really work out. I just know that you have some type of power, so I want to work with you, and we don't have to involve that relationship at all. It can just be act like, you know, we met if we didn't make through this relationship. Absolutely not. Okay, no. Because at the point that you feel like, okay, well, maybe I can expand, or maybe this will turn into a friendship, then they're going to end up leaving you isolated, or you're going to end up giving comfort to a situation and realize that they ain't got no money, or they don't have anything for themselves that's going to either help you. So, no. If you walked away from some type of friend in the past, this person could be watching you. It's like they're trying to ignore you from time to time, but they see that you have some type of confidence and or expansion. They feel like, okay, well, you've decided some type of change and or cycle for yourself that has actually become practical for you. And it's like they feel like there's some type of strings attached if you have a relationship with them. So somebody's watching you from the background, but they are confused on it's like, okay, well, if I was coming towards you to talk about a strong attraction that I had to this earth sign, would you be disappointed? And or this Pisces, a Taurus. So some friend is still around, slowly but surely. There also could be some type of unexpected event that happens. This could be happening with an earth sign. And maybe they feel like, okay, well, there's some type of strings attached to a relationship, and they're in their emotion spice based off of it. They could be dealing with someone that they feel like is their match or was their match. But that person could have some type of confidence and or is feeding into a fire sign. There's going to be some type of dispute. There's going to be some type of car issue, or there's going to be some type of issue to where they get caught up in public, or there's going to be some type of situation. And it's like, okay, well, dang, now somebody's going to really rebel this and leave somebody alone. So if there's some type of relationship right now, it's not about to be soon. Yeah, and this earth sign's gonna feel thrown off. They're gonna feel like, okay, well, damn, now I'm overwhelmed. Now I'm disorganized. There's some type of deception about, you know, me being happy or having some type of confidence. They're gonna have to tell the truth at that point. I don't know what you, Gemini, but some drama. What else is going on for y'all? What's that? My body's like, whoa. So this could have been somebody you was sleeping with. Okay, so my condolences if you're losing someone. There could be some type of loss, some type of bereavement and or grieving that's happening. But as you go through this, it seems like you're able to find your ambition and or power to move forward. You allow this to feed into your femininity and or your masculinity, whatever the way you're trying to. This is also going to help you develop your business. Maybe somebody's going to go and start doing like floral arrangements, or working with a funeral home or something like that. Something's going to grow your curiosity and or your ambition. So continue to take action when it comes to it. Somebody could be moving forward with the pregnancy. Congratulations, if so. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. There may be something that may be a challenge, or you have to be courageous with, or maybe this is the advice that you're giving somebody that they're young. It's like there will be some type of danger. There will be hidden emotions, but you're going to have to continuously take action, even to the point that you feel like you're disappointed. Alright, so again, somebody could be suddenly disappointed in a water sign and or an earth sign. That could be a Taurus out here, a Pisces out here. Maybe somebody was determined to have something grow and or move forward, but they were disappointed in some type of challenge, and then so secretly they wanted to inspect something or corrupt the situation. And so now this relationship, it seems like they have some type of idea, or this couple has some type of idea that they're going to reopen some type of wound when it comes to some type of deception, theft, and or game. That's the earth water sign couple. I don't know why y'all getting tea on everybody today, Gemini. What's going on with y'all? Okay, so you seem like you have all the resources that you need, and or you're playing with the things that you have. It's like, okay, well, let me see if I do this, that, and the third, how will that affect my day, my finances, my lifestyle? And it's like the next day you change it just a little bit. Okay, if I change it like this, how does this help? It's like, okay, well, let me just make sure I have everything I can to kind of stabilize it. I'll just sit back and see how things develop from there. You're getting back to a past version of yourself, to where you're able to heal. Something about you just sitting down and either, I don't know if you're at a beach, or you just could be sitting down watching your kids, or you could just be having a moment where you're just like, okay, well, everything is all good. There could be some type of negativity based off of someone's lying about a resource and what they have, but overall, this just throws you in a different cycle, or Maybe you need to go and get your laundry done. But it's like, okay, well, I can just make a U-turn, or I can figure out a different way to get this completed, and you still are able to. So like somebody tells you like, oh, okay, yeah, I can help you pay this bill, or yeah, I can help you do something particular, and they can't actually help you. You may feel like you have a negative aspect of your mom from time to time, but at the same time, either you still want a relationship with her if she's still alive, and or it's like, okay, from time to time you think about the past and how they didn't support you when you were pregnant, and or it's like, okay, well, you don't want to develop the same type of relationship when it comes to your kids. So don't be stuck in a perspective of like, oh, I got to make sure that something is fair and or balanced all the time, because that's going to cause you to be defensive and or overly protective. It seems like your kids are fine. It seems like y'all are eating well, or things is well balanced, even if you're a masculine. All right, let's move forward. Something about you doing something yourself. It's like, oh, well, usually I go get my hair done. Now I'm going to do it myself. Or usually I go do something particular, but now I'm going to do it myself. Maybe you're going to want somebody to paint or somebody to decorate something. It's like, okay, well, I'll just try it. There's somebody around in their ear or in their head. So maybe you need to take your own shit. You do have a spiritual gift, so tap into that. The scales will keep you in balance, or there's something about a Libra could be important, so keep your life in balance if you're around one. You do have some type of good luck could be important. Somebody could know like a dad, a grandparent, or somebody, a neighbor that used to play horseshoes. Okay, something about store credit could be important. Make a decision and follow through. There's somebody around you that can't interpret their own feelings. This could be a feminine water sign. You can only live once, but at the same time do it smartly. You can want to talk to your crush. It's time for you to do so. There's a company that sent paperwork to you. Either you need to go ahead and get it done, and or make sure you read through it correctly. If you haven't got it yet, make sure you refer back to the company and get it. There's some type of shocking news about a transaction and or a banking I was going to say a banking institution. There could be some type of like, oh, well, somebody was really stealing money or whatever the case may be. Something will pay off. Trust this feeling. You're not wrong. Okay? You don't need an occasion or a reason to buy it. Just buy it and do it smartly. Somebody could be sending you some type of chat. Somebody definitely wants to flirt with you. They could have been thinking about this ever since last night. Something about you having a deed, a property, or an apartment could be important. Go to the rage room if you have an overload of energy. Maybe you've never seen somebody cry in a particular way and you're about to. This person has some type of deep personal feelings, and or this seems like they want to have peace with someone else. The initial X could be important, or this is someone X. Somebody could intentionally wait until the very last moment and chance that they could to get something done and or to call you. Stay hopeful. You will have this child and or family dynamic that you're looking for. Somebody's in a loveless marriage. Okay. Don't let it be you. All right, let's move on. Cancer. So Cancer, it seems like you want more than like a splurge of good luck. It's like, oh, I got a good luck thing that happens for a few weeks and then things go bad. Or then it's like you want things to continuously be good. You don't want to feel like something's good and then all of a sudden you have to lose it. There is a type of victory that's coming towards you. You're going to enjoy the entire process of it. And this is going to indulge in your excitement. You're going to trust yourself. You're going to also know your own limitations, in the sense of like, okay, well, now I understand why I'm limited, why there's a type of bad luck. You'll know your own triggers at this point in time. And you'll start to talk to yourself differently. There's also could be some type of victory with somebody that you know. Maybe this person was limited by some type of bad luck and some type of hardship at this point in time, but they have some type of creativity and or excitement that's going to lead to some type of success. This could be somebody that recently thought about you. I don't know if you worked with this person, and or it's like, okay, you try to make it work when it comes to relationship, and or you want to, but somehow they may feel like, okay, well, yeah, you're only manifesting this because you feel unstable. And they feel like you need to master your own responsibilities, and or it's been too long for you guys to restore something. There also could be other people around. Okay. Also, although you recognize that your intuition is telling you something is going to be bad luck, you are trying to still be excited about a situation and or a person. Maybe they want to go out in public, or they look good, or whatever the case may be, and you feel like this could be new love. Somebody needs to regulate their own emotions. They abuse their power and or their emotions. They're very good at this. Okay, so you're going to be overloaded and or overworked at the point that you want to celebrate and or stabilize with this person. The answer is no. Even if you're conflicted, even if you feel like, okay, well, let's just make a decision, even if we both have mixed emotions or we both have trauma, and maybe we can get some type of rewards if we go ahead and make this solidified, the answer is no. Okay? No. There also could be some type of change with your friendship. Maybe there was somebody that you were always close to, And maybe you feel like, okay, well, they have some type of leadership to them. They have some type of career. And maybe somehow either you feel like you're going through some type of destruction or they are. And so maybe somehow you guys are missing each other. Why y'all not talking if y'all friends? You can have a relationship with someone. And maybe you're anticipating something moving forward and or moving in with this person. So you're kind of like, okay, well, yes, we can communicate or we can do something particular. Or maybe this is them. It's like, okay, well, I know that they in a relationship with somebody they had a family with, or they coupled up with someone. They're making some type of plans, but it seems like they're toxic or they're fixated on another person. And so it's like, okay, well, you're curious on what's going on, but at the same time, you don't want to feed into some type of fantasy. So it's like you're going to step back. And maybe, again, you're trying to commit to someone as well, but make sure you're not fixated on moving forward in a situation that you know is not really real either. It's like you don't like that your friend is going back to somebody, but you also could be making plans with somebody that you know it ain't the one. It's going to end up leading to a heartbreak. It's just y'all going to have a title attached to it. That's the only difference. You may be confused because maybe you thought that this person was feeding into a fantasy, like they had different options, they were sleeping with people or whatever the case may be, or maybe they were lying to you and you didn't know this. And so now they're at a crossroad because they feel like there's some type of momentum with the person that they want to settle down with, but they're still fixated on making some type of plans. When it comes to relationships, they're still wanting to balance something out, even though they know that this victory or whatever this is going to lead to an issue. So somebody's still playing with fire, and that's why they're still in the same situation. Maybe you're just stepping back because of it. All right, now if this is a relationship, Cancer, and you just got out of a relationship. Okay, so you could have been dealing with a fire sign. Heavy on the fire sign. This could be a Sagittarius, a Leo, a Taurus, and Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. Somebody's going to send you a message and they can feel like, okay, well, either they want to sleep with you or something about their energy has changed about this relationship. They feel like something is going to create some type of challenge and or you're defensive, or again, they're defensive when it comes to you. There's about to be some type of frustration here. Somebody's still going to want to move forward. They feel like, okay, well, I'm just waiting on something particular to happen, or we'll just see how I feel after this trip, or we'll just see how I feel after a particular situation. But in the end, they may come back and feel like, okay, well, no, you're actually manipulative and or shallow. Something may suddenly change. It's like, okay, well, all of a sudden they don't see the value in this, or they feel like there's been some type of setback financially and it's going to be a burden and they're frustrated when it comes to it. So they're like, okay, well, this is going to challenge this relationship. There also could be a fire sign around that they have a relationship with, even if this is not romantic. This could be a sister, a mother, or whoever this is. And they feel like, okay, well, this person has some type of partnership with this earth sign. And now this person feels abandoned because there was some type of message about this relationship to the person that they were trying to take the opportunity from. Oh, Lord. So there's going to be drama that's coming out. So it just may not work, Cancer. If you just broke up with somebody, it just may not match back up again. All right, let's move forward. You could be seeing 1010, or somebody in this scenario is... Something about the first date could be important, and or a first date out. Somebody could be like, oh, I'm finally out of school, or I'm fresh out of jail, or I don't know, out of a program. Thank God I found the good and goodbye. So you definitely walked away from a situation, or somebody walked away from you. This is going to allow you to take over and or take charge, but make sure you take 4 deep breaths as you go through this phase. There could be an anniversary of a passed on loved one that's coming up, or that's just passed. It seems like you may be shopping and or splurging because of this, but get out of your head and follow your heart. You will get some type of confirmation that you can do something even if you're scared. Somebody lost you for good, okay? And yes, you will meet somebody that's going to be the one. There could be somebody around you that you feel like is very attractive, but you're going to have to stop when it comes to them. You forgot to do something today, so make sure you're tackling things off your to-do list. Somebody could definitely be losing a good person because they were in the in-between. You may be doing something for you and or by you soon. Something about your family wishes coming true. There could be some type of DV situation going on. If not directly with you, then someone that's around you. You are on the road to success, even if it feels like it's a mountain that you have to climb. Just clear your energy as you do so. The initial cue could be important, first, middle, or last, in or business. There's going to be some type of upgrade in standards, okay? Somebody around you exaggerates how busy they are. So make sure you do the same. Something's going to take off exactly when you need to. There could be some type of child services case that's popping up. Somebody's lying about some type of money, okay? All right, don't procrastinate on a particular thing for sure. This is just the phase that you're going through and somebody's trying to trigger you on purpose. But once you leave, do not go back. Something about a grandparent could be important. You are protected. Call your parents, your mom, your dad, or they're going to call you. And something about this call could be speechless. Or this is like, okay, well, you were dating somebody who's a mom or a dad, and he's like, okay, well, call them. Call your sibling, and then you'll see. Then you'll know. Follow the moon, balance your mind. So you may be outside at night and you're going to be focusing on your position of authority as you do. You could be influenced by somebody new that's around you. Listen to them. Okay. All right, let's move on. Let's see. Do we have any personals? Hey, hey. How y'all doing? Hi, welcome. Okay, cool. We started with Aries. We'll watch, you can watch it back on YouTube when I post it. Yeah, you can send in for a confirmation pull, that's fine. We'll wait before we move on. Do you want 5 with no details or 3 or 2 with details? 2 with details or 5 with no details? Earth Queen, there you go. Hey, hey. We're about to go into Leo. We started with Aries. Did you want it with detail or with no detail? We can do 5 with no detail or we can do 2 with detail. It's up to you. Capricorn last. What that mean? What that mean? Hey, hey. Yep, right on time. We're going into Leo. No detail. All right, let's do 5. No detail. There could be some type of package that's coming in, or you could be ordering something online. There's also an online application and or some type of details that's needed. This is going to help you. Somebody around you is struggling to see your worth, but wish them well. This is going to allow you to recenter your world. Also, find out more information before you make some type of decision. You could be watching what you eat. There's a genuine air sign around you, whether masculine or feminine. Okay. Oh yeah, you're a Capricorn. Okay, cool. I don't think so. Okay, I'm going in order. We started with Aries. So the last person is going to be Pisces. All right, let's go to Leo. You're welcome. Thank you for being here. What's going on with you, Leo? Okay, so you could have a relationship and you could be in a little head about it, but it's like, okay, well, I'm going to focus in on work at this point in time, because maybe you're trying to adapt to somebody walking away, or you're trying to adapt to something, being a hardship or being outcasted for whatever reason. There could be some type of sadness about a relationship. Even in the process of like, okay, can we still make this work? You're going to get some type of clarity that somebody has some type of struggle, or somebody been doing something when they're isolated when it comes to some type of emotions and or conversation. They can have some type of belief when it comes to the way that they're supposed to be married, the way that they were raised, or their spirituality, their traditions. And they feel like, okay, well, although you have some type of progress or you're able to expand, they feel like you're hot-tempered as well, or the energy can only last for so long. There's something that they're unhappy about when it comes to this family dynamic and or your family in general. They could have a mother that's manipulative and or shallow. And or they feel like there's something that highlights them being manipulative and or shallow. So maybe you're trying to stabilize when it comes to some type of direction and or change. And although you're able to do something consistently, it seems like this leads to some type of conflict. It's like somebody hates that you're able to play the game. Somebody hates that you're able to do certain things for yourself, or feed into yourself, do something online. They hate something about you, even though it's practical for yourself. And so this leads to some type of confusion and or secret animosity. And every time you try to balance this out, it still leads to some type of stalemate. So they're like, okay, well, fine, until there's another situation. You can only help them when it comes to you spending money. There also could be an earth sign around, an earth sign feminine. And this person could feel like there's some type of tension when it comes to something that they've been planning and or learning and or studying. Maybe they got some type of message when it comes to some type of structure. And they feel like something needs to go completely walk away and or separate. But they feel like, okay, well, you know, when it comes to my family, I don't really want to say something about it. They rebel going towards somebody because they feel like, okay, well, you're going to feel like that I'm being disloyal and or manipulative about the type of situation that you're trying to be bold by. So somebody's like, okay, well, there's going to be some type of regret to a situation if you made something work, but it's clear that they're going to stay out of it. So that way y'all can still have some type of tradition and or relationship between y'all. Okay, and or vice versa. What else is going on for Leo? You're welcome. Okay, so you could be keeping your composure right now. You could be avoiding some type of conflict, but there also could be some type of fear of change that's happening. So make sure you're not prolonging some type of situation that just needs to happen. You could be trying to avoid some type of tragedy that's going to end up happening anyway. And it's like, okay, when you can agree to disagree and bring some type of truth and clarity out, because if not, it's going to seem like something is a lie and that you were cooperating or you were trying to work with a situation to have somebody in some type of crisis. I don't know what this is about. Okay, it's just FYI when it comes to it. Also, you feel like things are going to go your way once you get some type of clarity. Something's not going to shake up when it comes to your work or just something that you've been creating. It's like, okay, well, something could be easy or something could be laid out for you when it comes to your steps. And maybe you feel like, okay, well, I want to give this clarity to somebody else that's a husband or somebody who's calm and compassionate at this point in time. But they may make some type of decision and or say something to you about some type of tradition or the way that they feel like things should go. And this may actually put things on a pause. But at the same time, you don't really need to put yourself on a pause if this is something you're strong about. It's like, okay, you really want to go do something. You really want to create something or do something. You want to go talk to somebody else about it. They don't really care. They're going to put something on the back burner or they want to do something another way. And so it's going to be up to you to decide if you're really going to go for it or not. And you may feel, oh, well, it's going to be a burden to do it by myself or to invest in something by myself. But it's just the way that you look at it. It's like, do you trust your spirit team or not? Okay. What else is going on for Leo? There could be a Sagittarius that's around you and or an Aquarius. This person is a bully and or this person is impulsive. And maybe even a Gemini. A Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. Somebody is lacking some type of communication right now. They feel like, okay, well, there's some type of humiliation or I feel like I'm being put on the spot when it comes to some type of communication and or somebody who feels like they have some type of peace. And so they're looking at somebody else that's practical and or focused on their situation or moving forward with some type of optimism. And it's like, okay, well, let me just go back and see if I can have some type of partnership with them, even though I'm a hypocrite or even though I was dishonest about what I was trying to explore and or do. It's like, oh, yeah, I know I was trying to date somebody's baby father, baby mama. Yeah, I was trying to do this and that and the third, but I still want to be friends with them because now they got some type of money or now that they can do something for themselves. This may be happening while you're getting some type of good news or you're kind of out exploring, you're doing something that makes you feel good. And so then this leads to some type of imbalance because maybe you're unable to speak up for yourself. This person who wants to go towards them is like, okay, well, I'm going to move forward and be practical. I'm just going to say what I need to say. And even if there's some type of aggression or intimidation, at least I can reconcile or I can go back to somebody else. So somebody's going to play something in their own favor and they may throw you under the bus. But this may be happening while you're like, oh, I don't have cell phone service. I don't have, it's like you have a time to speak up now. I don't know. All right, what else, Leo? Somebody could be trying to lie to the courts, lie on some type of paperwork and or be strategic when it comes to a situation. They may try to take action and protect themselves. And it's like, okay, well, let me just kind of sit back and figure out what I was investing in or why. Somebody could have been trying to manipulate some type of decision and or plans. And this is stuck together. Okay, so if somebody was trying to manipulate you and what you desire, Leo, you're going to need to make sure you protect yourself because this is not going to be the first person that comes towards you. Okay, so anticipate you being able to grow and things going to be a slow start. If you already have invested in something and you're just waiting for something else to come towards you, give it until Capricorn season. Maybe you feel like you have to hold back and or save or you have to do something a particular way, but this is going to inspire some type of strategy for you to keep your head above water. All right, you'll be able to move forward. Again, somebody's lying on course. Somebody's lying on some type of paperwork. Something may be ignored initially. And they feel, okay, well, I can move forward because I got what I desire. And then as they take action, they was like, okay, well, damn, something got blocked or something that's going to be held back when it comes to some type of decision. They gonna feel like they wasted their money. Okay, so if you know somebody's like, okay, well, I'm about to go just use a CPN, or I'm about to go do something and make sure that something works in my favor, it'll work in their favor for a while, and then there's going to be some type of conflict or issue. Alright, so that's what when it comes to that. Somebody asking you for advice. Alright, what else is going on? There's another way, there's another choice. You could be asking yourself if you're being mean. You could be wanting to do something that's legitimate, and or you want to legitimize a business. Maybe you want to legitimize a baby and get married. A water sign family member could be around and or involved. You could be a book reader and or used to read books. Is there something that you're avoiding and or situation that's avoidable? There's a new Pisces that's around. This person could have a lot of deep love and or affection, and this person's coming directly towards you. There could be some type of tension within your body. If you want to disagree with somebody, respectfully disagree, but there could be some type of sneaky link that you're sneaking off to meet up with, and maybe you feel like, okay, well, I just want to intertwine myself with this because there's somebody that got away, and or this is what they're doing if they feel like you got away. Okay, stay out of somebody's business. There could be some type of co-signer that's needed. You're the one that knows that you're the one, so focus on that. All right, get your shit done, Leo. Let's move on. Virgo. What song is this, Sierra? This is Ride It. So somebody could be telling you about what they want to do to you, what they can do, what they like to do. There could be some type of sexual conversation that's happening. Make sure you're not gambling, because it's going to have you stuck when it comes to your finances. Okay, there also could be somebody around you, and it seems like they're going through some type of cycle right now. It's like, okay, well, now they just want to be charming and or see how they can mediate their situation and or themselves. They feel weighed down by a scenario and or how things are working right now, but it seems like overall they're able to make something work. There could be some type of new opportunity that's coming. You could be getting some type of new property, or there could be something that's making you feel good. So, oh, I got a new client, I got a new job, or there's something new that's being handed towards you. And this could be happening at the point in time that you already feel good when it comes to your finances. But there may be something that you feel like, okay, well, I lost money on a situation, or I got to pay for something. You said, okay, yes, I have this money in my bank account, I got this new job, but now I got to go get clothes. Now I got to go buy something. Or there's some type of money that you have to put out for whatever reason. You're going to be able to recover when it comes to it. Somebody also is coming towards you. It's like, okay, well, let me see if I can apologize, or let me see if I can bring some type of offer towards you, because it seems like you're on some type of roll, or you have something that's going for you. This could be somebody that wants to sleep with you and or have a relationship with you. It's like, okay, well, maybe even somebody's like, I don't want people to know. They want to do something behind the scenes, but be careful, because this is also giving the emergency room. Heavy on the emergency room. Okay, but this also could be like, I don't know, somebody could have been recently pregnant, and they're sleeping with somebody that's not the person they got pregnant by or with, and then the other person gets sick, or it's like they throw off their body. I don't know, something like that could be going on. You could be trying to get straight into a relationship right now. So maybe it's like, okay, well, let me just try to mediate the love between us, the energy between us, and see if we can go in a good phase, or it could be a good weekend. But somehow you could feel like there's still some type of weight on making this work until somebody is able to recover. Somebody don't want to drink, or somebody don't want to do something in particular anymore, because they're trying to figure out, okay, let me make sure that my value isn't connected to some type of secrecy and or emotions. So this is going to lead to them being embraced and or feel like they can celebrate as well. But you may secretly feel like, okay, well, is this going to end, or you're worried about how something is going to go in your favor. Somebody could be worried about being backstabbed as well. There could be some type of betrayal that happened already. And somebody's like, okay, well, we can hide it, or we can cover this up, or make it look a certain type of way. And the person that was involved as well feels like, okay, well, yeah, there was a challenge, or I was ready to be defensive against this person. I didn't want to keep it secret. And so now they feel like they have to keep something secret, and they're keeping their head down. They're sad about it, because the person that they actually wanted to hurt and or get revenge for is celebrating. They feel, okay, this person has some type of value, so let me see if I can make them lose something and or make them feel like they have to work extra hard to recover. Somebody say, oh, okay, well, I don't want to keep something quiet. I really do want to hurt somebody on purpose. And maybe this is somebody that you don't really want to be involved with, Virgo. So just FYI when it comes to it. There could be some type of passion project or something that you're doing fun this weekend. And in the process, you may look at somebody like, oh, well, why they on their phone? What they doing? What they laughing at? Or how is something growing for them? So make sure you're not too busy worried about someone else. You also may want to celebrate somebody, or there's somebody around you that celebrates you secretly, and this is about to become a challenge, because maybe somebody feels like, okay, well, I just want to make sure I have a resource, or that I could do something a particular way, but secretly it seems like they have some type of work, or they got some type of new opportunity. They're able to make something work for themselves. They have some type of value, and at this point in time, they're just kind of waiting to see how they're going to be stabbed in the back and end up having to recover from it. They're giving strength to this relationship right now because they feel like there's some type of offer that's coming, and they want to make sure they're on the right side of karma. So if you're wondering why somebody is still around you, or why somebody haven't cut something off yet, they're worried about their own karma, or vice versa. All right, last message for Virgo. Okay, there could be some type of invitation that's coming towards you. Somebody definitely wants to come and charm you, and or say, okay, well, let's go on a date, or whatever the case may be. But what you don't see about this person is they're conflicted about their accountability. They could end up confessing to you that they like to be out and, you know, create adventures or make people let them feel a certain type of way. Somebody could be pregnant, I'm telling you what. So if there's been some type of sneaky link, then you could be getting some type of message about this, and you're going to have to be accountable, because maybe you were in and out of this relationship and you feel like, okay, well, this person is someone that I can feed into as long as I'm steady in or routine, and now you're not sure how your rewards are going to pay off. You feel like, okay, well, now this message or whatever makes you feel unfulfilled. So just FYI when it comes to it, congratulations, though. There definitely could be a baby. There also could be somebody that wants to sleep with you. It's like you take the invitation and you don't really get what you want. It's like, oh, I slept with this person. They really didn't get me where I want. I wish I would have had more success with somebody else if they were slow and steady, but they taking too long. And maybe they going to want to have some type of adventure, but they're going to feel like, oh, I got to be accountable because there's something they just feel off when it comes to celebrating with you. So it's like, oh, somebody was going to give you a chance, but then they felt like, okay, nah, you were dealing with somebody else, so I'm not going to do it. All right. Let's move on right now. What about your birthday could be important? You may know somebody that went to a rehab center and or that needs to go to a rehab center. All right, somebody could sweep someone's feet with a broom and or worried about getting married. Okay, get back to the basics. Karma and justice looks different than what you're expecting and or imagining. Okay, so let somebody fuss and just kind of move on from it. Relax. Something will help you level up in the end. You could be sharing with everyone that you can. Somebody definitely wants to hear you moan, but make sure you're not responding to this out of ego. Okay, anybody but them. All right, so who's the person that's sick? You just can't. The answer is no. All right, so this could be a Scorpio, a Pisces, an Aries, a Sagittarius. Heavy on the Sagittarius, a Cancer. The answer is no. Okay, don't do it. Somebody's going to end up switching up. There could also be a Libra that's around. You may end up allowing this person to trap themselves when it comes to a situation. There's something that's definitely incoming for you, okay? You could be talking to your parents about a situation that you feel like is very close to you or important to you. And maybe you're going to realize that your parents have been talking to you or talking about you to other people. All right, you could be asking somebody a question. This could be a parent you feel like you already know the answer to. The initial V could be important, first, middle, or last. Somebody's going to be seen as the hater. And you're not confused. You just don't want to talk about it when it comes to a situation. Your or their character is being seen. There's a thought-provoking conversation that's coming out. And or somebody's going to be on the block list or talking about it. My condolences. There could be a death in the family, Virgo. Okay, you need to stop trusting a coworker, a manager, or just somebody that pops in around your job. Your ex is watching you. They do love you. Somebody's wanting you to bypass your plans for theirs. FYI, that's a trap, so don't fall for it. Something is coming for you. It's just coming in a different manner. Somebody could be telling you, nah, give me my girl back, or give me my guy back. Somebody's excited yet exhausted that they're getting close. There could be some type of hair or style change. You could be losing things inside of the home. Give somebody a boost. So they're waiting for it. They need it. This is going to help the vibe between y'all. There also could be a new Virgo that somebody's watching and or talking to. Also, worry about your plan and or your budget. That's going to be important in the next 60 days. Okay. All right, let's move on. I want to clean this up. Libra, something about you cleaning up could be important, or making sure things stay organized. Let's move forward. We're on Libra. We started with Aries. This will be posted online. All right, what's going on for... Actually, I want to change this. Okay, so you could be working right now, and you definitely could either need to watch Virgo's reading in, or you're dealing with the Virgo. You could be trying to dedicate yourself to something. It's like, okay, well, I'm going to be focused on this one thing. I'm going to make sure something can work. If this is not about work, maybe you're going to school, or there's just something that you're trying to stabilize. And here's this earth sign again. Maybe you're dealing with an air sign, if so, if not an earth sign. And this is somebody that you keep going around in circles with, or there's some type of relationship here. Okay, so as you work or as you master whatever it is, know that from time to time you can step out the bubble. You don't have to do things to a particular stance. You can have some type of fun. You can be naive. You can laugh a little bit and continuously move forward from it. Now, the issue is once you start to give into this a little too much where it's supporting you to be relaxed and you're not being ambitious, you're not getting things done. So it's just about you having that balance and feeding into it. There also could be something that you're working on that you feel like, okay, well, this isn't truly new. Like I have some type of energy, or there's something that you already know about. And maybe something's just going to become more systematic. You're going to learn something about yourself. It's like, okay, well, maybe I can relax and do something supportive or do something a particular way. Maybe somehow you've been pushing back when it comes to a situation and or how you can truly move forward. This actually may make somebody around you very happy. You may feel like something about a school is boring. I don't know if it's like, okay, yes, I'm ready to move on from this. I already got this. I already know this, or whatever the case may be. There could be some type of celebration or graduation for sure. You may end up moving into a new phase or a new a department or something like that. So it's like, okay, well, let me just kind of hang around here and see how I can kind of pick up from here. And it's like, oh, okay, things kind of move very quickly, or you kind of get in line and it's like, okay, great. You have a lot more resources you're able to learn. You could be in the kitchen more this week where you're cooking, or something about oranges, mac and cheese, something that's orange. Could be important. Maybe you're eating something that's orange. Maybe this is nachos, or I don't know, something like that. Something cheesy. Maybe this is pizza. I don't know. Okay, anywho, something about Christmas could be important. If somebody, maybe last Christmas, you realize that somebody was being manipulative, or at the point in time by Christmas, you'll realize that somebody was being manipulative when it comes to some type of support or being balanced, but you'll have so much rest in or resources that it won't matter. You'll move right past this person. You'll hit some type of celebration, and or it's like you're celebrating Christmas. You get some type of energy, and so you have a tradition to where you don't really feel naive. You're able to make something work. So you start to ignore somebody that's not really giving you the true attention that you need. Okay. Good job, Libra. I almost called you Leo. Something about a Leo could be important. Alright. What's going on? Oh, you are in school. Congratulations. Keep working for it. What's going on, Libra? You may have to catch up when it comes to something. Catch up, mustard. Okay, so there's some type of passion or something that you haven't really figured out yet, and or found your spark in, and maybe somehow you feel like there's some type of burden, or you have to carry the weight of a situation when it comes to your emotions. So it's like, okay, you need to find some type of outlet whenever you get emotional, overwhelmed, or whatever the case may be, and maybe you need to do something that's not necessarily, maybe it needs to be physical, basically. It doesn't need to be anything mental, and this is going to help you stabilize, especially when you're disappointed. You also may feel like something is not really taken off the way it's supposed to be, but throughout the process, you'll learn that this is how you build your stability and or your structure. You have to know that something is slow and steady, or something is about playing the long game. Something about a carousel could be important, or like a museum, a science center, something like that could be important. And maybe you're going to go out and say, okay, well, somebody in your family may feel like there's some type of burden and or sadness. Something that was highlighted, and they still want you to have some type of adventure. But there could be a water sign, feminine, that's around, and this person feels like, okay, well, it's my wish fulfillment to say something and or do something reckless, and they're going to actually end up in some type of regret when they feel the burden of this weight. So somebody needs to watch what they're saying this week. So there's an air sign, I'm telling you, there's an air sign and an earth sign that's around, or this could be one person. They could have a stable business to where they have some type of structure where they're either in the military, they got to get dressed up for work, or they do something to where they have to talk to other people for their job. They have to collaborate with other people. They have to have some type of discipline when it comes to it. Somebody has some type of success, and it seems like they have some type of clarity that an opportunity is available for them. But at the same time, maybe they also want an apology for not making some type of move or being strategic when it comes to it. And they're in their head by it because they feel like, okay, well, this is going to make me side-eye situation and or the idea, the picture that I want. Okay, so somebody's like, I don't know if I should just walk away and leave behind, or it's going to cause more issues if they try to. All right, last message for Libra. What can you expect in the next 30 days? Maybe that's what you want. Maybe you want to know what you can expect. So, and know some type of challenge that you're having is going to be based off of a friendship, or it's going to challenge a friendship, a relationship. There's going to be some type of challenge to someone that's around you for comfort at this point in time. Okay, and maybe you're not really sure how you're going to be able to handle this or what happens next. But it feels like something that may shake up, something that's just, you know, easy going. You also could be seeing something being mirrored to you within the next month. Maybe you've been conflicted on how to embrace people or how to have friends. But there's going to be somebody that shows you how to do something particular. And it's like, okay, all of a sudden you can make some type of decision or you can call something out. And this helps you as well. Maybe there's something that you've been wanting to say and or do. And then you're going to be able to do it. All right. So go for it. What's going on for y'all? Make sure you're not comparing yourself to somebody either. Okay, there will be a successful, healthy marriage that's out here. Somebody's going to be double taken when it comes to you and or they're very attracted to you. But you could be in a relationship that's triggering your childhood wounds, okay? You are on the right path, so keep going when it comes to a situation. There could be a married couple that's around you. You could be winning a case. Congratulations. But you also could be blindsided by somebody that feels like they can be bossy and or talk to you a certain type of way. There's a karmic Leo that's around you. Somebody could have lost you for good and you need to go watch their reading. I think they also came out for Cancer. So if you're dealing with, if they know a Cancer, you need to go watch theirs as well. Take 4 deep breaths when you figure out what's going on when it comes to their situation and or the details. There's been a lot of temptation that's been going on. Yes, you will find somebody that's the one, but you need to disassociate from somebody that you're talking to now. Very much disassociate and or cleanse yourself. You may even need to go ghost, okay? This is going to allow you to go pray, smile, and embrace your environment. Somebody around you just wants to be messy and they're creating some type of drama that they're going to end up getting karma for. Everybody can't go with you, okay? There could be some type of pregnancy scare that's coming out. You're going to get serious about losing weight and or developing your strength. Somebody could be paying you back. Your allergies could be acting up. But somebody, again, it's a reflection of your own energy or they're going to show you something about yourself. All right, let's move forward. Scorpio. Ooh, Scorpio. All right, somebody could be heartbroken or somebody's waiting to have a conversation with you. There could be an earth or an air sign around. And they're like, okay, well, I'm just going to focus on what I can focus on until the point in time that something happens. All right, what's going on? There could be something that's going on with your body. It's like, okay, well, I've been slow and steady, but you can feel some type of cramp or you can feel something that's going on. You need to make sure you get that checked out if so, okay? Overall, it feels like you have some really good value and or you're able to do something for yourself. You're able to feed into yourself or you're getting some type of rewards for your decisions. You're feeling really good when it comes to some type of path and or plan. There's going to be a conversation that you do have, and this is going to provide some type of clarity on how someone's able to move forward and or what your next step should be. This could even be like, oh, okay, well, I'm trying to go for a job or promotion, and I'm just trying to make sure that everything is in line. You get some type of clarity that somebody already likes you or somebody is already impressed and they were ready to, but maybe they have to go back and check the finances first, or there's something that's like, oh, okay, well, let me just make sure because somebody else has been talking about their stability or how they were going to get the position. Something is actually in line for you. This could be a house or something like that. It's like, oh, well, we thought, there was a different offer or whatever the case may be. You may actually reconcile with being very valuable or doing something by yourself. Even if you're in a relationship, you may actually start to do like, okay, I'm going to go out to eat or I'm going to kind of just feed into myself. Maybe you're going to trust yourself, and when it comes to how you've had to adapt for a while, especially if you're a single parent, even if you're a masculine or a feminine. It's like, okay, well, I already know that I have some type of passion or how I'm able to do something, but let me make sure that I'm adapting to new relationships and or just the way that you're talking to yourself as well. You want to be clear about your complete transformation and how you're moving forward. There may be some type of investigation that gets you caught off guard and or that has you conflicted. Maybe you're bumping heads with someone. It's like, okay, well, you're still trying to talk nice to them about it, but it's like, okay, well, I'm trying to slowly walk somebody into some type of clarity about what's going on, but you wish that they would just see it for themselves. They keep reconciling or thinking that everything is okay based off of some type of money, or it's like, okay, well, yes, we know that there's something that they're going to have to adapt to or whatever, but, they're not really seeing how much bullshit it's going to cost and or take. And maybe you already see something from a different perspective. You also know that reconciling with somebody is going to have you adapting. But maybe you really want to go towards someone. It's like, okay, well, I'm passionate about it. Or I just kind of want to see what they're going to say. Or maybe you just want to send some type of message. You want to have a conversation that brings some type of clarity. Maybe you've been sitting back watching somebody and you've been conflicted on how they've been able to communicate and or move forward. It's like, okay, well, now I want to just jump in and or say something. You want to bring something to light about what you were trying to do and or why. Maybe you were hurt that somebody didn't give you a chance or walk away from a situation. You also could be annoyed by a situation because you feel like there's an earth sign around and this person has you in your head about a scenario, about some type of routine. And maybe you're trying to move forward anyway, but this is like, okay, well, they're trying to give you the roadmap before something crashes and burns. But maybe you don't really have the desire or you don't really want to listen to it because you feel like this is attached to some type of disappointment and or some type of emotions. It's like, oh, something is a little too triggering. You don't want to hear it. Okay. Let's move on. What else for Scorpio? What can you expect the next 30 days? Okay, so you're not going to be in your head at all, but know that there's maybe some type of scandal and or some type of gossip, and something's going to be broken down very clearly to where you're like, damn, I knew it. You're going to be sitting back and reflecting on how something was just like a backstabbing betrayal, how something wasn't worth it. This could be involving a fire sign, an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, a Gemini, heavy on the fire sign, or a Virgo. Okay, and you're not going to be in your head because you feel like the burden and or the responsibility is going to be already made on the person that gave strength to whatever this decision was. It's like you're putting something back in somebody else's lap, so you're not going to really worry about it too much. You also may decide when it comes to some type of relationship that you're in, it's like you respect someone, but you're disappointed. And so now you're going to go have other conversations, or you're going to just make other time for other things. It's like, okay, you're always in the house. You were always prepared for this person, and you were always doing something for them. Now you're going to go make sure that you can go, okay, well, I'm going to meet new friends, or I'm just going to put myself in new environments or whatever. You're getting out of your head when it comes to a relationship. Maybe there's some type of argument that's happening. Somebody's like, okay, well, they're acting like you're giving strength to some type of burden on purpose, and maybe you're not. Yeah, so it's like, okay, well, secretly you're disappointed, or you just want to make sure that you can get something fulfilled for yourself that's going to be practical, and it seems like you will be able to. You're just going to have to adapt and or make sure that you're flexible when it comes to it. There could be an earth sign around you, and it seems like they have some type of wish fulfillment, but it seems like there's some type of betrayal or conversation about a relationship that has them disappointed secretly. And so it's like, okay, well, now they're trying to investigate how to isolate themselves or walk away so that way they can give strength to themselves. But they may feel like, okay, well, there may be some type of struggle when it comes to this decision, or it's hard for them to make a decision because they don't want to be in their head about their stability and or their finances. So they're in this maybe stage. And it seems like they're going to separate themselves from this and or indulge in themselves. And this is going to boost themselves and or their career. Somebody's just going to do it. It's like, fuck it, why not? Fuck it, why not? All right. Last message for Scorpio. Hi. Come on in. If I miss your sign, you can play it back on YouTube. It'll be posted by the end of tonight. Okay, if you feel like somebody is one-sided, somebody's coming towards you, they just want some type of strings attached, they want what they want, but they're not giving you what you want. They're going to try to apologize. They're going to give you small potatoes when it comes to it. You're going to still need to hold back from this person. Something about a pot pie could be important. I know that's so random. Maybe if this is not a pot pie, maybe this is like an apple pie or... Okay, anyways. Somebody's going to come towards you. You're going to have to hold back. Once you do, something's going to double for you. When it comes to your finances, something that's practical. It's like, oh, I have more than enough. You're able to stabilize something for yourself. You may see somebody as an asshole, or you may feel like somebody is slow to move when it comes to getting something developed and or learning for themselves. So it's like, okay, even though they want to stabilize now, you need to block them because it's still not going to support what you want at the moment. Okay, somebody's a step behind, a little too late. All right. Let's move forward. A little too late. Little too late. What about the temptations could be important? Papa was a Rolling Stone. You can realize that it's a small world. You could be running into someone soon. Go with the flow of the day as you do so, okay? Somebody could be hiding a disorder, whether mental, physical, or emotional. This could be a Gemini or coming out in Gemini season. Somebody could feel like you're very seductive and or attractive. Yes, a situation is over. Somebody wants them to get over it and or move back in with them because they're well established. Oh, Lord. You're telling yourself yes when the answer is actually no. There is a betrayal. I told you that's coming out here. Somebody could be getting caught up in public when it comes to this betrayal because they've been undecided the entire time. You could be protected from negative forces beyond your control, so don't worry about it. Somebody's been faking during sex. There could be an annoying process that you feel like you're having to go through. You could be an 80s or 90s baby or know someone who is, and this person could be dealing with strippers or OnlyFans, or maybe this is someone that you've been paying into. Don't fly too close to the sun. Watch your circle, okay? You're going to do things as you should, but also make sure you're paying attention to your dreams. Maybe you're waking up at night or you're seeing a spider. Okay, maybe somebody's seeing a spider. I don't like bugs, but maybe. All right, what's going on with Sagittarius? Let's move forward. What's going on, Sagittarius? Something ain't good right now. Okay, you can either be fixated on a person in particular, and or you're fixated on doing something completely by yourself. It's like, fuck everybody, fuck everything, I'm just gonna do it. Be careful. You also could be addicted to some type of like, okay, well, I just want to make sure that somebody around me knows, or somebody around me can do something for me, because maybe you feel like you're unstable. So it's like, okay, well, I want to make sure that I always have somebody that can scam, or somebody that can do something, or whatever the case may be. You also may be attached to a mother figure. Your mother figure could be an earth sign, an air sign, or a fire sign. Heavy on the air sign. And maybe they feel unstable. They feel like they need some type of need for control at this point in time, because they feel like they have some type of routine, or they did, and now something is causing them to be in their head. They put themselves in some type of self-prison. And so because they're in their head, they could be trying to make your father, or whoever this is. Who am I talking to? Sagittarius? They're trying to make this person sad. They're trying to make this person go through some type of loss, because they feel like, okay, well, you're a secret hidden enemy for based off the stuff I had to indulge. So FYI. You also could be fixated on an air sign, because maybe you feel like they're dating somebody. They could be dating a fire sign that you feel like slowly and surely is in their head about their own stability. Maybe they're in their head because you were dating somebody, Sagittarius, and you feel like, okay, well, I regret dealing with this person because they put you in some type of danger, or you realize that they have some type of hidden enemy, or you don't want to be involved with this person at all. So you low-key want to apologize, or you want to have a conversation with this person, or vice versa, to see if something can balance out. But maybe they have somebody attached to them already, and you're trying to figure out what kind of cycle that they're in when it comes to this relationship. Okay, so what's going on with this fire and this air sign relationship? Initially, it started off as an investment. Like, okay, well, somebody I can grow with, and or, you know, I can persevere as long as we have some type of plans. Right now, somebody feels complacent, whether the fire and or the air sign. Somebody has a lack of commitment to this relationship and or where it's going. In the end, they're going to realize they made this decision out of some type of weakness. They're going to want a new start. Even if someone wants to feel like, okay, well, we can figure this out when it comes to our comfort and our luxury, the other person's going to say no. There's some type of unresolved conflicts, or somebody's going to reopen some type of wound. They're going to say something a little too much, and it's going to go too far. There's nothing that's happening with their relationship. Okay? Now, I don't know if that means you should be waiting to go back to this person. It ain't going to cause you no ease. So I'm telling you now, you're going to be burnt out. Okay, so it's like, okay, well, you're uneasy about how this is starting or what this is leading to, and then y'all have a conversation like, okay, well, we can just go through up down. This was just a cycle of our relationship. Let's get close. And then throughout this, there's some type of resistance and or competition. You're gonna feel like you persevered through another relationship and or another cycle of this, and you're gonna need some type of control in order to stabilize. Okay, then you may feel like, okay, well, somebody in your past has some type of wealth, and or they were able to get some type of clear thinking to go in their favor, and now you're going to want to balance something out with them. You're going to be going back and forth between people. Get up out of that. You got to leave them both alone, and leave everybody alone. All right, what else is going on for Sagittarius? Somebody could be on a hate train, or maybe somebody's traveling and say, oh, I hate the way something is going when it comes to travel. As soon as I said train, there's a train track here. Alright, so continue to move forward, or it's like, okay, well, you were happy to do something for yourself and it makes you feel really good. Now it's like, okay, you have to come back to your building, you have to come back to your home. It's like, okay, well, now I'm not sure what's to happen, or, you know, if I have enough money, it's something to save. That could be something that you're in some type of sadness about. But don't put yourself in your box. Don't put yourself on the shelf like you feel like you can't do something or get out of it. Alright, because if not, you're going to be stuck. You also could be moving forward. It's like you were stuck in some type of narrative and or in some type of mindset, and now it's like, okay, well, you're not necessarily in a cage, but you're still a little stuck. You're just not as stuck as you used to be. It could just be from time to time. It's like, oh, okay, well, I used to be upset all day. Now I'm only upset when I first wake up, or when I really go to sleep, or there's just something that's bothering you at that point in time. This could be related to your family, your home, or how something was growing. Something about a horse could be important, or you're going taking something a scenic route. Maybe you're driving, you're going on a road trip, or that could be somewhere that you're going. Your family actually may grow, or something may develop the way it needs to. But right now, you're going through a phase of secrecy and some type of emotions from a lot of people that's around you. And maybe this is making you feel a little isolated. It's like you don't know who's going to embrace you, or whatever the case may be. So take the opportunity to do something for yourself, because again, you'll be able to adapt and say, oh, okay, well, now everybody's able to work and or do things the way that it should be. This wasn't even supposed to be in there. Alright? Something about a boat could be important. You could be celebrating someone and say, okay, well, as we move forward, let's just change what we desire or how we do something particular. Okay, so it's not so bad. Last message. I almost called you Scorpio. Okay, so continue to persevere. As you work, your money will increase. Okay, you will run back into some type of stability and or feel like you have some type of inheritance. You know exactly what you're doing when it comes to your legacy. There is going to be some type of recognition for what you do. Okay, you're going to be very prideful about this. Also, when it comes to you investing in this air sign masculine, maybe even this Virgo, you may want to withdraw from this person. Okay, maybe make sure you figure out why you're withdrawing from this person and if you're fixated on somebody else. There also could be some type of investigation of something toxic, okay? So there could be a police officer around, and they're like, okay, well, I want to talk to you because there was an investment made secretly by this Virgo, by this Taurus, by this Aries, or this Pisces. Maybe somebody paid you some type of money for, I don't know if this is sex, or maybe for some type of stability or house, or whatever the case may be. And somebody wants to talk to you about it. And maybe it's like, okay, well, somebody had the money or somebody had everything that they need in order to get what they want. So now this is just confusing you because you thought that everything was going the way it needs to. Something gets pointed out. And maybe you're going to have to end up accepting some type of strategy and or some type of manipulation. Somehow you can get caught up in somebody else's scenario. Okay? So just be careful when it comes to that. There also could be someone that's pregnant. So congratulations if this is you. But this could be a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, a Sagittarius, a Leo, a Virgo, an Aries. Somebody could be pregnant. Alright, let's move forward. You're not wrong about a certain type of feeling, okay? It's how you respond to it is important. Alright, you don't want closure. You actually want a relationship to continue. There could be something that you may feel like, oh, that was fun. I'm glad I went, or I'm glad I got to experience something. I told you, the courts or the police could be involved in a situation. There could be an Aquarius that's around you, okay? Somebody can tell that you're picking up on their bullshit. The initial B could be important, and or you're passing a test, so congratulations. Maybe you're also getting, I don't know if this is verified, but this is also giving like a state board, or somebody's coming to verify something for you. A game that you played as a child could be important. Somebody was trying to take what's yours, but they can't. You are protected, and that's why they can't take it. You may need to call your mom, your dad, and or they're calling you. Somebody could have quickly disappointed you when it comes to showing up for you, and you're going to slow down with them for real, for real. Somebody could be wanting you to match their attitude, but you don't need to do it, okay? They're going to feel tied down and frustrated when you don't. There could be an old injury that still hurts you. It's like you sprained your ankle a few months ago, and sometimes when you still go on steps or whatever, it can get caught up or whatever the case may be. Persevere and you will overcome some type of problem, but you will need to decline some type of invite nicely. Don't do something you know you're not supposed to do right now. Okay? Alright, let's move on. Capricorn. What's going on with you, Capricorn? Oh, okay. So maybe you're trying to make a decision if something's going to go left or right. Maybe you're not really sure what to expect when it comes to your next decision. You can feel like, okay, well, money is coming in your pocket, but it's also leaving your pocket. You can feel like there's some type of financial issue or dispute. But you're going to continue to persevere when it comes to it. This is going to lead to your confidence and or your optimism. Maybe you already went through a phase where you realize, okay, well, something just doesn't have some type of value that it once did. And so now you're changing something and you're trying to be practical with it. You're going to invest in something in a particular different way. And it's, again, going to bring a new opportunity towards you. There could be somebody around you and you feel like this person puts you in your ego and or it's hard for you to collaborate with someone. It's hard for you to focus on your work and or your home life balance. But at the same time, you're still trying to nurture the situation. I don't think this is growing, it's confusion. Okay, this is going some type of illusion, some type of wishful thinking that something's going to have some type of structure and or that somebody is going to have some type of discipline. You need to go ahead and isolate yourself from this. Once you do, there's going to be opportunity that you can invest in and or somebody that presents something towards you that's more balanced. Okay, also it seems like as you have some type of optimism, there could be a conversation that you have about a choice, a relationship, a lease, or an agreement. Something's going to be successful there. Maybe you're wondering when you're going to do this. This could be happening in a fire sign season. So either in Aries or between Aries and Leo season, heavy on the fire sign. Okay. Maybe you feel like, okay, well, maybe I can actually wait to the end of the year. That also could be a desire for you as well. So it's up to you. You have time. All right, what's going on? Something about you not overthinking could be important. You could be relaxing overall right now, and or you just need to step back from anything that you feel like is going to break your heart, or anything that you feel like you already have the clarity on. Don't worry about it. This is creating a challenge that you don't need. It seems like you have something that's got your attention. It's like, oh, I really like this, or there's something that you are holding on to. Maybe this is inspiring you, and or this is going to allow you to be passionate about a situation that you once were sad about. It's like, okay, well, I have this thing, or I'm adapting this thing. I'm doing my makeup now. I'm doing something now, and now this is giving me passion to go outside, and now this is giving me passion to get over some type of regret or something that you were holding on to. You're looking at something a completely different way. You also could be fixated on something moving slow, and this could change your moods and your emotions from time to time. So you need to get out of this, because this will suddenly put you in your head. You feel like it's a challenge for you to rest and or get something to go your way based off of your fixation. So get out of that. You also could be needing some type of patience. I don't know, maybe you're anticipating something to blow up and or to happen. It's like you're waiting on some type of communication, and maybe suddenly it actually will make something go in your favor, but because it hasn't happened yet, it's just making you decrease your energy. So in order for you to get the success, you still have to put the energy in or balance something out for sure. Something about the number 12 could be important. Maybe you're seeing 1212. Maybe you're seeing 666 or 999. Something about angel numbers could be important. It seems like there's somebody around you that feels embarrassed by a situation. Maybe all of a sudden they came towards you with some type of challenge, and it's like, okay, well, you're actually peaceful, or you're focusing on trusting yourself right now, and secretly they want to have a conversation and or know how you feel about something. They want to overhear you, or maybe they overhear you on the phone from time to time, and they feel like, okay, well, how is things so balanced when it comes to you? They're confused because they thought that you were going to be in your hand, or feeling like everything was just the end or the worst. Somebody's wanting to talk to you, and they feel like you like your life just fine. Yeah, you can send in for your question. That's fine. What's going on for Capricorn? Okay, so you're working right now. It seems like you're trying to collaborate with people around you, and or you're opening yourself up to do so. Maybe you feel like right now you're not really sure how something's going to take off, or if something's going to be a thrill that you can enjoy, and this is what's keeping you stuck. You're scared of delays. You're scared of some type of issue. And it's like, okay, well, maybe you feel like you're still wounded when it comes to a situation. Yeah, you're like, okay, well, I was wounded the last time something didn't get complete, or something the last time something didn't go the way it needed to. So now it's like, okay, that's your only focus at this point. You need to change that. There also could be some type of apology for some type of letter or communication coming towards you. And this is going to allow you to realize that you can relax. Okay, you need to relax, Capricorn. And I don't mean like physically. I think this is internally, emotionally, your nervous system. You need to relax. All right, what else? Okay, so there's some type of transformation that's coming as you release something, as you relax. I'm telling you, the security is here. So something about maybe you need to charge your camera, you need to charge something, or maybe you need to get pictures off your phone, or I don't know, something about some type of pictures or camera or video. Maybe there's somebody that's going through some type of charge. And in the beginning, it's like, okay, well, something could be practical. You just feel like something will be practical when it comes to, as long as they're investing or doing something that they need to. But in the end, it's something that actually may be toxic. If this is not your scenario, don't put yourself in the midst of it. Also, if you are pregnant right now and you feel like, okay, well, I'm going through a change, I'm trying to be practical when it comes to this opportunity, but the person that you invest in is acting like they don't want to be involved, or they're trying to release the situation because they feel like they were not accepted, they're going to end up going through a setback. They're going to end up losing some type of money. It's like somebody leaves you hanging when it comes to a situation. They don't really want to help you when it comes to it. They're going to be in their head by it. Okay, so you also could be ending something that's been practical for a while, because maybe you feel like this is going to have you toxic, or this is going to have you some type of energy to where you're going through some type of setback. And so you want to be able to depend on yourself, and or make sure that you are energetic and or charming throughout a process. You've accepted something about your scenario, and you just feel like it just has to end. Even if you're going through a period of loneliness, or you feel like you will be bored going through it, you're okay with it. But you could be in your head from time to time, because there could be a water sign feminine that's around. They can either have an earth sign child, or an earth sign person that they're attached to, that they're in love with, or whatever the case may be. And they think, okay, well, I'm trying to move slowly and or develop something so that way I have some type of success. So you're not going to try to rush somebody's perspective and or an outcome. It's like, okay, well, it just is what it is. I'll just put myself through the process. All right. Anything else for Capricorn? What can y'all expect in the next 30 days? Yep, it's done already. It'll be posted on YouTube so you can replay it. Okay, so you're going to be disappointed in this Pisces or this Aries. Okay, so you may feel like, okay, well, I just need to completely walk away from this, but something is unstable. Somebody's unsatisfied with themselves. They feel like they don't hit some type of milestone, or they're unable to celebrate. Maybe they're disappointed in the way that something happens for them, and they feel like, okay, well, people should want to work with me, or people should want to do something, and it's not happening. And somehow in the end, they're going to want to come back towards you to be in alliance with you, but this is going to cause them to either try to exploit you or I don't like it. So I just want you to leave this entirely. Leave this Pisces alone. Leave this Aries alone. Especially if they know this Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo, or Scorpio. Absolutely not. Okay, they could be disappointed in somebody else and what's going on when it comes to them, and because of some type of distraction and or how something is not stable, they feel like, okay, well, you have everything that you need, and they're coming towards you to see like they can make it work, but this is also going to lead to some type of gossip or some type of scandal. Absolutely not. They want you to work through some type of isolation as well. Then they not want to be flexible at all. Absolutely not. No. Somebody also may not, I'm not saying that they're a bad father or a bad mother. Somebody don't do the things that they're supposed to when it comes to that either way. This is going to lead to some type of scandal and or a bad choice. No. Just leave it alone. Okay. Anything else? Okay, so it seems like you could be obsessed with somebody giving you some type of apology right now, or somebody seeing you in a positive light. Let that go as well. Okay, because although somebody may come towards you like, okay, well, yes, I was being cold or whatever, they're not going to truly give you some type of apology or do whatever that they need to for the full extent that's going to make you feel good. It's going to be a mediocre apology, a half-assed conversation, or whatever the case may be. So you can just go ahead and bypass this as well. Somebody wants to give you some type of breadcrumb so that way you can go back into some type of a cycle. Absolutely not. Let it go. Whatever this validation is, whatever this you want to feel reprimanded for, whatever this is, let it go. Okay? Have a fresh start. Know that there'll be no other offers that's coming towards you. You just need to distract yourself if you need to. Let it go. Maybe you feel like somebody owes you something. Alright, well, let's move on. Your spirit ain't gonna give it to you. Don't look at it to come from these people for whatever reason. Also, if you've been gambling, stop gambling. Something about a notification could be important. A LinkedIn could be important. Somebody is a smoker, they're going to get faded, or somebody needs their haircut. Something about a new Apple product could be important, whether you're replacing something or you're getting something new. Maybe you recently got something new. If you haven't dealt with your own sign before, so if you haven't dated a Capricorn before, go with the flow. Somebody's going to be running into you and they're going to ask you if you hate them for whatever reason. This could be a Scorpio, or they know a Scorpio. Know that being selfish isn't always a negative thing, so do something for yourself, okay? You want them to hate the new person, but they're not going to hate the new person, so let it go, and or vice versa. If somebody's cross-watching for you. You're laser focused on the goal, but have some type of fun. There could be some type of drug test that's happening, and or something that's needed. Somebody never did something they never were going to. You may need to empty your voicemail box, and or some type of pictures. There could be some type of fraud or game that's being played with someone that's in the military and or that's trying to do something for a particular reason. Get a receipt when it comes to some type of money or something that's coming towards you. Somebody's trying to come towards you with some type of conflict, and that's why you need it. Somebody wants you to be in an open or a poly relationship. If you are in one, be careful when it comes to this, because although your energy is beautiful, there's a woman around that can't handle their emotions, okay? And they have no idea what they just started. Somebody could be acting like facts don't matter. You can be asking somebody why they're calling you, or they acting like, why are you calling me when they're around somebody else? It's like, oh, but we've been through so much, now you're going to act like that. Yes, you can be positive about a situation and or have some type of positive energy. There could be a baby mom or baby daddy that's around you, even if this is not yours. There's going to be a real and a raw closure conversation that's happening when it comes to somebody that's married or somebody that's working. You could be popular online, and or maybe going to create an online job. Oh, sure, you can make yourself at home when it comes to somebody that's around you, but you don't really want them in your home. You could be confronting somebody, okay? There's a sex-based relationship that's out here. Somebody just wants you to have sex with them, so that way it makes them calm. You also could be thinking about moving to a completely new state, industry, or something like that, but you need to figure out if you got the money or if it's worth it first, okay? First. All right, Aquarius, let's move forward. Yeah, we already did Leo. Oh, that's the angel number you've been seeing, 111. Prepare for a new start. All right, what's going on for Aquarius? All right, so don't be sitting in some type of indecisive energy where you're not sure how something's going to work out. It's like, oh, well, if I can't get this paid, then fuck it. If I can't get this fixed, then fuck it. If I can't, there's some type of fucking attitude you got. If you get out of this, then you'll be able to surrender and or be able to heal a situation. You'll have a new start. Somehow, maybe you're feeling unwelcome or you feel unstable when it comes to a situation. But again, something's going to be able to heal. Okay, you just may have some type of bad news that's right now, or something that's making you paranoid. There also could be somebody around you that feels like you gossip. You gossip about their new start. You gossip about something about them being unstable. It's like, oh, you knew that somebody was going through an eviction, or you knew somebody was going through a situation when they were trying to get some type of freedom or they were trying to empower themselves. But at the same time, they were indecisive about this and they were coming to you for some type of clarity. And you were being cold towards them, or you wasn't really giving them the love and support that they need to know that they wasn't going through some type of illusion. You wanted somebody to end up rebelling when it was for them and or feel like they were going through some type of punishment. And so now this is why they're uncertain about having some type of relationship and or recovering with you, because then they feel like they're going to end up relapsing, or you will, and this is going to make them toxic. Okay, so somebody still loves you and or sends you off with some type of hope. They hope that you're healing or moving forward, but at the same time, they feel like there's some type of disruption here and or dishonesty here that throws them off. And you also feel like you can get in your ego from time to time. All right, what else is going on for Aquarius? There could be some type of new energy that's coming towards you. You're excited and or enthusiastic to get something done. It seems like you want to take responsibility. So you do get out of this self-loathing energy for sure. It's like, okay, well, let me just figure out what I can do. Let me see, even if I don't know what my full details are, you want to get some type of landscape or some type of mindset. Something about you sitting outside could be important, or sitting on the balcony, sitting in your car. So there may be some type of desire, but you feel like there's some type of hard choice that have you stuck. It's like, oh, okay, I want to stay here, but I don't know if I have the money. Oh, okay, I want to move, but I don't know if that will be also a good option. There's something that you feel like has you stuck. But there's going to be some type of clear answer, and or as long as you take responsibility, you'll get something to go in your favor. You'll decide that this was just an opportunity that you put yourself in when you were unfocused. This is going to make you stabilize. You also could be spying on somebody. This could be an air sign, earth sign relationship, and or there's an earth sign masculine with an air sign child. And this person could have some type of work and or they got their eyes focused on a situation or a person, but they are dangerous and or they could be unfocused right now. So they're making some type of decision when it comes to taking some type of responsibility to where it's like, okay, well, I'm not really sure what I'm going to have to sacrifice, but I might as well invest in this anyway. And this may allow you to be consistent and or see somebody else that you're not really sure what's going on that you may desire. It's like, okay, well, now let me see if I could be balanced and or be calm and go towards them and have some type of fresh energy towards them. So maybe you're waiting to approach somebody and or date someone, but you're wanting to see what their ex or baby mom, baby dad is going to do first. Okay. What else is going on for Aquarius? Hey, Aquarius. Somebody want to sleep with you. But this could be somebody that has a family already. So you need to say no to this. Okay, so absolutely not. All right, what else is going on for you? There could be some type of support that's coming towards you. Somebody could either owe you money and or be giving you money. It's like something that's just kind of falling into your lap for you. And this is going to give you some type of clarity that you can move above some type of drama and or move past some type of issue. You could be around, even if you're not getting on a plane, maybe there's planes that's like flying around your house, or maybe you live near an airport or something like that. It's like, okay, well, as soon as you get the money, now you know exactly what you can get paid. Now you know exactly what to do. It's like, damn, now I feel kind of crazy for feeling like I couldn't get this done. Or feeling, now you feel like, I don't know why I thought that everything was going to crash and burn. Yeah, so now this gives you the idea to investigate your routines. You're seeing out where money is coming from, your subscriptions and things like that. Now, if you are traveling, you could be traveling for work. You could be traveling to where you used to live. There's some type of building and or some type of area that you're like, okay, well, I can grow. Maybe somebody has to go back to the hospital where they had a baby, or somebody's going back to a situation that's like, okay, well, let me just see how something's going to be a routine when it comes to something being looked into. You get some type of clarity like, oh, okay, something isn't as bad as it needs to. There's just something that you have to support and or do. It's like, oh, yeah, you have an infection, but, you know, there's a cure for this. Or, yeah, there's something that you have to get tackled, but it's easy for you to get addressed. You also could be trying to go towards a building that you feel like it's going to help you grow. It's like, okay, well, let me see if I can go towards this new job. Let me see if I can go to DSS. Let me see if I can go get a resource, or whatever the case is. This even could be about a payment. Maybe you're going to court. And maybe you got your head down because you feel like you're going to be made a fool when it comes to this, but you get some type of message that something is balanced and or supported. So that makes you feel good. But again, you just going through some type of isolation when it comes to your finances and or your health, and you'll be able to work through it. You guys will put the energy in and or do something practical, but you step into a whole new world. There also could be somebody around you that is a healthy choice. Something about tomatoes could be important, or ketchup. The color blue or the color red. Maybe you see somebody wearing the color blue. Somebody could have ginger hair or orange hair. Maybe somebody's dyeing their hair. It could be blonde. Somebody is confused on your next steps, or they was anticipating you to come towards them, and now they're conflicted because they feel like, okay, well, any type of offer, any type of date night, any type of conversation is going to end up having me weighed down. So somebody's not as excited as they once were about you talking to them. Okay. All right, let's move on. Aquarius, what you got going on? Hi. Yes, somebody did know. Okay, you could be cussing someone out or hearing somebody get cussed out. So it's like, damn, it didn't work that quick. There could be a relationship or a scenario that it just has to end. You could be sleeping with someone who's close to you intentionally, and this could be someone that's like, oh, you know somebody that I know, or they're physically in your proximity. But be careful, because somebody could be possessive. Yes, everybody knows but you. You could be winning something, so congratulations. There's something about the ideal family unit, family building, and or the ideal location could be important. There could be a new location and or a new connection that's coming towards you. Something about a hotel could be important, and or the initial W. Somebody's going to apologize towards you, and or they need to. This could be a Scorpio. Her ex could be around. Even if you're the ex, their ex before you could be around. And somebody's trying to binge watch on TV, eating, or just being on social media. They're going to get some really good advice, but it's going to be up to them to actually develop it and or listen to it. You also could be receiving feedback soon. Don't give somebody around you any kind of grace, okay? Especially after you get some type of multiple streams of income, love, or support. Somebody wanted you to say yes, but they thought about some type of disrespect, and they're like, okay, I'm not even going to ask you even if you do say yes. You could be waiting for some type of news, a package, and or a letter, maybe even a particular date. I don't know, something about a calendar date could be important. Something about evidence, foods, or plants could be important. You could be helping somebody after a death. When was something ever great? So yes, you need to go ahead and end it because somebody's trying to celebrate with you a little too early. You could be having a long talk with your sibling and or a family member, or you need one. Somebody could be missing hours from a check. Go ahead and get that fixed, because it seems like you're not going to be satisfied until you do. Okay, somebody also could be giving you unsolicited advice. Let that go. You don't need to listen to that. All right, what else is going on? Let's move to Pisces. And then we're going to get this hooked online. All right, Pisces, make sure you be careful about the choices that you're making right now, because maybe you're giving too freely. And this is going to end up having you conflicted and or in some type of ego. You also could feel like there's somebody around you that's open about some type of competition or about some type of situation, and you didn't want somebody to speak up about it. And it's like, okay, well, now I want to rebel this, or no, that's not what it was, or you want to prove somebody wrong. All right, what's going on, Pisces? Okay, you could be going through some type of issue when it comes to your finances and or your health. You could feel a little lonely right now, but know that you need to walk away from something that's just not working for you. This could be related to a person, a career, or just some type of energy that's not helping you. Somehow you feel like something is ineffective or something is just not going the way that you want to. So you can make a decision at any point in time. This is also given the saxophones. When the saxophones is playing or the saxophones is blowing, you could be around a Taurus, an Aries, a Leo, a Sagittarius. And maybe you decide, like, okay, well, we have to have a commitment, or we are still embracing each other for now. And when it comes to our kids or having some type of good time, we're able to indulge in that as well. But somehow there's a blind spot between y'all. Somebody gives you passion projects or give you time to focus on the things that you want to create and or do when it comes to your passions, or you getting over some type of hurdle. But at the same time, you feel like this is toxic, or they're fixated on talking to somebody else while you're busy. So just be careful when it comes to that as well. So you also may not want someone to pinpoint someone in your family or pinpoint something that's toxic about your family. So maybe you want to smooth sail some type of offers like, okay, well, we can get through something as a family. You still want the husband or whoever this is to be balanced, but they may end up holding back from you or blocking you when it comes to some type of decision. Maybe you want them to block an air sign that has some type of building, some type of legacy and or a business. It's like, okay, well, they want something, they want some type of support, or things are starting to balance out when it comes to their burden, and maybe you don't want them around. So yeah, I don't want you to see that person. I don't want you to watch that person. I don't want you to, you could be trying to restrict somebody, Pisces. All right, what's going on for you? Okay, there could be some type of investigation, and or maybe you're looking for some type of stability. There's something that you're trying to structure for yourself, and although you'll be able to hold on to it, will take everything that you have in order to move forward. You also may need to look into your car, or there's something that you need to do when it comes to before you travel, before you make some type of decision, before you change careers, before you find a new job or quit a job. Okay, look at what you're trying to invest in and how something's going to pay off. You seem like you'll know exactly what action to take in order to stabilize and or to get something to go your way. It just seems that you need to work on your confidence in the meantime. There also could be 2 different men that's around you. Maybe you had a child with somebody and or there's somebody else that's around and you feel like, okay, well, you will be a match with the other person that's so much something else. But this person may be on a move, or they may be online when it comes to a situation or a person. Hopefully this person ain't a part of the LGBTQA. Pisces, I don't know, but be honest with yourself. If this is not, they online talking to somebody else who's trying to get them to move forward in a different direction. Example. So you're dating somebody, or you know somebody, you're like, okay, this could be a perfect match if we move forward. They could have a friend that's like, oh, well, I know somebody else that wants to date you or talk to you secretly. Let's hook this up, and by fall time, we'll see where you want to go. Or they are dating this other masculine secretly. Either one. Okay, so just FYI when it comes to somebody that you're trying to pick or you're trying to lay down with, because they may not be in either. And maybe you feel like, okay, well, no, I've already looked into how something's going to move forward. It seems like it will be some type of structure, or there will be some type of stability. And although you have seen something as far as like how they're able to make some type of moves or some type of decision, they also are very confident in how they're able to block you or how they're able to not show you everything about them. So this will make you lose an opportunity. So just be careful when it comes to that, because maybe you're really good at something that you're working on or whatever you do for work. Okay. All right, what's going on for Pisces? Congratulations. There could be something that you're celebrating, or something just feels stable. Something feels like, okay, I'm finally home. I know where I belong. I know exactly how something is going. But throughout the process, you can become uncertain and confused, and this makes you overanalyze. So make sure you're not restricting yourself based off of some type of lack of recognition. Maybe you feel like, okay, well, I'm not really getting rewards for a situation, so now I'm starting to be impatient, or now I want to avoid something for sure. And this is going to confuse the people that actually want to celebrate you and or support you. Okay? So if you feel like you're stuck in the past, or maybe there's some type of sexual frustration you need to get off of you, there's some type of blockage that's having you feel like you're bored, go ahead and get it out of this, whatever you need to do so. And this is going to destruct you, feel like you're in some type of negative cycle, because you're not. There also could be some type of breakdown of a scandal. Somebody could have been lying because they felt, okay, well, if there was something that was going to destruct between us, I'd rather us have some type of independence and do it by ourselves. They feel like they could delay something and or hold back when it comes to a home, a celebration, or keep something quiet. But they overanalyze some type of separation. They could have overanalyzed some type of separation or situation. And now this is going to lead to some type of bad luck and or delays. You may see somebody become very much pessimistic. Okay. Somebody could be worried about a child. All right, last message for Pisces. I almost said do Aries twice. So something about Aries or doing something twice. Okay, so if you feel overwhelmed right now, you feel overworked and or overloaded, make sure you are having some type of situation that you can control. You're not corrupting yourself or feel like you having to do something repetitiously, or you have to do something perfectly in order to get something complete. This is going to leave you in limbo. So take some type of time for yourself. There also could be something that you feel like, okay, well, it's going to be a burden to get done. You're actually going to be able to get this done very quickly. You may realize that there was just somebody around you that was making you hold on to the idea that you're going to have to move on from a situation, or it's like, oh, well, no, something's not going to get approved. Something's not going to go your way. You're going to be sad or you're in some type of regret, and you're not. Okay, but again, make sure if you're cutting back from work, there's something about your job or something that's tangible that you're holding back from, or you're thinking about departing from, and be careful. Okay, because you could be competing with yourself and or type of self-sabotage. You're feeling the burdens of it. It's going to cost you to really sacrifice something that can help you move forward. Play the long game. All right, confirmations for Pisces. Somebody isn't really single, okay? So FYI, even if they lying to you, do some research, look it up. They're not single. All right, something about a Libra could be important. The initial B, first, middle, or last. You may also know somebody that's on social media. You need to clear your post and or your draft if you're on social media. You may meet somebody that's a partner in crime when it comes to you, and it's going to happen very quickly. But you need to detox from a person and or a situation first. Maybe you're just taking a detox. Remember exactly who you are. What's that movie, Lion King? Remember who you are? Something about ASL, American Sign Language. Someone who's hard of hearing and or deaf could be important. You also could be remembering or reminiscing on a school teacher. You do have a kind heart. You also could be losing some type of appetite or not eating as much as you once was. It's someone that's in your inner circle that you need to put up a loyalty test towards. You have a new creative idea, a new venture, and or a fresh start, maybe even a new job. There could be an order that wasn't 100% correct. Either you placed this order or somebody placed an order with you and something wasn't correct. Unlikely that something will happen again. There could be an increase when it comes to your credit score. You also could be receiving a letter and or sending one, maybe even an email. You need to extend an olive branch out to somebody, okay? And even though there's some type of family sorrow or there's some type of issue, you need to talk to them. There could be a DNA test, a pregnancy test that's happening. If not with you, then with a sibling or somebody around you. You could be seeing your flaws based on someone else's behavior. It's like, okay, yeah, I don't never want to do this again, or I want to change this about myself. But there's somebody around you that's not playing fair intentionally. All right, so FYI when it comes to that, is somebody in your circle. All right, let me see. Did I miss any comments before we hop off? Going once, going twice. All right, y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and get this posted. I may try to be back later on. We'll see how my day goes. I gotta get it personally in and then go from here. Okay, let me see. What's your sign? What's your topic? What's your sign? What's your topic? There could be some type of reminder that you need to get done. Maybe there's an old bill that comes back up and it's like, oh damn, I forgot about that. Or all right, what's your topic? What's your sign? I don't see it on here yet. Let's get another deck. Going once, going twice. You're not still here, I'll just refund you. Let me log in and see. Maybe I can close out of this close out of this live. Okay, yeah, you didn't tell me. So what's your sign? What's your topic? What's the command? Okay, Capricorn. No, I see it now. It may have been a delay. All right, what's going on? It could be something that you know that's coming towards you. It's like, okay, well, you're not sure when, but at the same time, you need to still be enthusiastic until you get it. Something's going to grow when it comes to your stability. You're going to have some type of new energy in the next month, especially because you're going to be able to do something in abundance, or you're going to feel like, okay, well, you can provide for yourself. You can invest in something long term. It's just going to have a really good month. I'm telling you, your stability is going to grow. And maybe right now, it's like, okay, well, you're waiting on an investment. You're waiting on a chunk of change. You're going to end up having more than that. You could be seeing 1010, or something about angel numbers could be important. There could be somebody around you that you want to date or that wants to date you. This could be a fire sign, an Aquarius, a Cancer. Heavy on the Aquarius. Okay, so you could desire something that you feel like is going to help you when it comes to your investment or your long-term vision, and or something that's going to renew you. But just be careful, because there could be somebody around you that's trying to reconcile out of some type of weakness and or raw emotions. So as you're able to heal yourself, or as you're able to be receptive, know that somebody's going to come towards you and try to delegate some type of issue that they have onto you. I'm telling you, there go 1010 again. So something about you seeing that, or something about 10, 10, 10, 10. So maybe things are truly going to add up for you. And you could feel like, okay, well, you're burnt out with any type of failures or how things haven't been going. And now that you're able to stabilize and go through a turning point, now it's like, okay, well, anything else that's going to make you sad, it's just like, well, what else is next? Just like you're looking for it. There could be a masculine around, and this person could have something that's dependable when it comes to their business, their finances, and maybe they want to move forward confidently, but there could be some type of crisis that this person's going through, and you're going to realize that they're irresponsible. So absolutely not if they're trying to see you as their match or you see yourself as theirs. The answer is no. You also could be resting more. Maybe you're meditating more. You're taking some type of time to just sit down and breathe or just kind of relax. And as you do so, it seems like this is helping you manifest some type of stability and or structure for yourself. Maybe all of a sudden there's going to be some type of conversation with someone particular, and they may help you. I don't know if you're trying to find a new building or there's something else that you want, but you're not sure when to anticipate this and or what to do because you feel like it's going to lead to a complication. Because again, you're fixated on things going wrong, but there's going to be something that gets presented towards you. Something about a chevron pattern, or I'm thinking like lines like this. There could be something that's pending. It's like, oh my God, I'm trying to get something uploaded online. I'm trying to get something, it's annoying you. It's like, where's my email, or where's my, you feel like something should be loaded by now. So something could be annoying you within the next month when it comes to your technology. So even though somebody desires you, this could be somebody that's stable. They're going to invest in reconciling with somebody else that's manipulative. They're going to go back to someone that's going to end up burning them out. And at the point in time that they do, they're going to realize, okay, well, you actually were protecting me when it comes to a situation. But now I'm in my head about my stability and or my legacy. So I feel like I have to go through a change. So somebody, you may see somebody get married very, very quickly or get in a relationship very quickly next month. And it's going to change just as quickly by Scorpio season. Okay, they're gonna be sad. They're gonna feel like, okay, well, now I recognize something about myself and how I can do something very quickly. They're gonna want to be slow and steady to whatever you need, but suddenly you may meet somebody else and you're not interested. Okay, so FYI when it comes to that. Anything else you can expect next month? Okay, you could be in your head because maybe you feel there's somebody around you that's trying to distract you and or have you in some type of obstacles. You don't have to worry about that at all. Okay, somebody's gonna have to move forward when it comes to doing something for themselves and or their satisfaction. So just continue when it comes to your routine and or just something that you're doing that's dependable. Continue to move forward when it comes to your structure, because maybe from time to time it's like, okay, you get fixated on if somebody is trying to have you ignored, or if you're gonna end up having to reevaluate something. You're scared about losing a resource, and you don't need to be scared about that at all. Who's the person that you can sleep with next month? So I feel like that's gonna be a topic of concern. This could be a Leo, a Virgo, a Capricorn, a Pisces. Maybe a Libra. I don't like the Libra. Okay. Go ahead and send me your yes or no question. It doesn't have to be related. Let's get your confirmation messages. Anybody but them. Not that Libra. Absolutely no to the Libra. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. A new job or a new client is coming. Heavy on the job. So congratulations on your finances. Enjoy. Something is for you, but you're just missing your confidence. I'm telling you, that's all it is. You're getting what you want or getting what you feel like you were missing last year. Something about a Virgo could be important. Ask your spirit team for a guidance. You also could be around a Taurus. There could be an HR meeting. Overall, great job today. You're trying to compete, or somebody trying to compete against you, and you're just trying to move on. All right, but maybe they feel like you're trying to compete with them and you're not. Somebody's telling you exactly what you want to hear. They're going to try to show some type of respectable effort, but that's all it is, just what you want to hear. Something about a baby mom or baby dad could be important. The initial S could be important. Somebody could be receiving a lot of contracts. I was going to say criticism. Okay, somebody could be receiving a lot of contracts, but something about criticism could also be important. So it's like a hand-in-hand thing. You stop reaching out, and so now that you don't talk, there could be an old friend that you're actually inspiring, and it seems like all is well when it comes to you, and so now they want to come to your front door or just feel like if you would welcome them in. But you're finally about to get the truth when it comes to a situation and or betrayal. Okay, be a blessing today, because a blessing is coming for you. All right, anybody else? Yes, a lot of angel numbers. Okay, good. Yeah, 1010. Yeah, that definitely kept coming out in your reading for sure. Hi, come on in. Now you can go ahead and send in. I'm about to hop off in a second. Well, Milton and I work things out. Somebody may need a TV hung, or I don't know, something about electronics. Maybe you're gonna go get another TV. You're gonna go buy something. No, you may not work it out. Somebody could be in their head about this though. They feel like it's a hard choice. They feel like you're very ambitious and or driven to succeed, that you're going to defend your beliefs. So they may not come towards you right now because they're not willing to change your lifestyle, but they are curious about what you're doing and or like, okay, well, who are you going to marry to, or who are you going to get with next? Okay, so I don't think y'all going to actually fix it, but they're still going to watch you. Okay, go ahead and send in for your question. You do? Okay, cool. All right, what's your, you're welcome. Cece, what's your sign? What's your topic? I'm gonna get a new deck for you too. Let's do, I don't know, I kind of want you to pick a color. I was thinking about purple. Pick a color, Cece. I don't know why I was thinking about purple. Hey, come on in. Virgo, okay, we'll talk about your love life. Pick a color. That's your favorite, baby blue? Okay, let's see. Yep, we got a blue. Let's see what's going on in your love life. Alright, so it seems like you're moving on from a cycle, so shout out to you for that. What's going on now? Yeah, it seems like you want some type of respect. You know that you're strong and that you can handle anything. So you're waiting on how people are going to approach you. It's like, okay, line up. Okay, what do you have to say? Yep, nope. Okay, line up. What else is next? So you're ready to bypass people that just only have the bare minimum to offer you. It seems like your emotions are strong, your intuition is strong, and now it's time for you to express your creativity. So something about the way that you dress when you go out may change. It's like, okay, you're in the early stages of developing yourself and or the way that you want to conserve yourself. Maybe you're changing the way that you dress or the way that you present yourself. Also, make sure you're not too aggressive when it comes to, if you're dating, telling people about what you believe. Kind of just sit back and let people show you their structure and or what they enjoy first. Because this leads to some type of confusion and why people hold back from you. So maybe from time to time, you're like, okay, well, if I look good, if I'm confident, where is it? Some people could get a little intimidated from time to time. And it's like, okay, well, I'm not sure if you're going to allow me to rest or if you're going to be on my ass 24/7. I feel like you have a really high standards. There also could be people around you that's not really trying to hold on to something. There could be people that's trying to come to sleep with you. And it's because they feel like you have a lot of security and or stability to you and that you're able to use your power for good. Somebody could definitely be watching you succeed in some type of endeavor. Something could be definitely going in your face. There could be something that's in your face about another person. This could be an air sign and or a fire sign woman. Somebody is wanting to take the opportunity to get something that you have. And so now they're about to go through some type of transformation and they're not going to have some type of clarity on how to get out of it. So just FYI, I don't know if somebody wanted to date somebody that you dated and or they just wanted something about your love life. They just want something about you in general. So FYI, if you're still close to this person, because maybe somehow they still got some type of influence over you, or maybe you already know that when it comes to their influence or them looking good, they're in their heads. Like they do a lot just to cover up something else. FYI when it comes to that. Go ahead and detach yourself from that person. All right, what else is going on in your love life? Okay, so there is somebody that we're around that wants to adapt to you. They could either see you work and or they see how you're able to balance yourself in multiple ways. But this person has some type of limited success. I'm not saying that they broke, but they are in the stage where they're trying to recover their finances. And they feel like, okay, well, I just need some type of increase first. And they know that they will come towards you. They also could have somebody around that they were once attached to that's bitter, that they're walking away. So this actually could be somebody that's good for you. But again, they're naive right now based off of their circumstances and their finances. They feel like they don't really have a lot to hold on to and they fear some type of poverty when it comes to like, okay, well, I got to make sure my bills and my necessities get paid. Okay, so FYI when it comes to this, somebody also, there could be this fire sign around. I'm telling you, this fire sign woman, and this person could be petty once you actually talk about the situation. You're still around this woman. Are you still around this fire sign woman? Yeah, you are. This could be somebody that's trying to be your friend and or talk about who you're dealing with. Something about a teenager, or they've known you for a while, or I don't know, maybe there was somebody that was around you that was younger than you or older than you or something like that. They wanted to have a conversation about a clear boundary. So just be careful when it comes to listening to somebody else when it comes to it, because they're trying to throw you off. Absolutely not to the, you need to stop telling them about your love life 110%. I don't know who that is for you. All right, let's see. Who can you expect in love? Who's coming next? What season? We're in Aries season. All right, there's a Leo that's coming towards you, and or a Capricorn. This Leo could be coming towards you in Taurus season, and initially they're going to give you some type of confidence. They're going to feed into your ego, but then they're going to quickly walk away as well. They're going to have some type of issues that's going to keep them stuck and or overwhelmed. So this is not your person. You don't need to entertain it at all. If you want to have a hey, good morning conversation, sure. But when it comes to something actually wasting your time, it's going to be a waste of your time for sure. It's like you go to the restaurant, you drive just to figure out they lied about the time. They lied about being available. They lied about something and it's not worth it. Now, there's also a Capricorn that's around, and this person is trying to be flexible and or adapt to a situation. They may admit some type of defeat or something that they feel powerless in. They're going to tell you that they walked away from a relationship and or a situation, and they want to make sure that this is not something that they're rushing into. But they may be having some type of failure to communicate. They may not communicate as quickly as you want. Yeah, you may feel like somebody is slow. And so you may feel like, okay, well, this may, because they have unresolved issues, it's because they're indecisive. So this one may not be that bad, but you may not also like how much or how quickly they interact with you. It's like, okay, well, what's taking so long? All right, there might be somebody else. Who's after the Capricorn? Okay, so there's a fire sign after the Capricorn. If this is not a fire sign, this is a Pisces. But at this point in time, you may feel like, okay, well, now the Capricorn is going through a good phase, or they're going through some type of favor. So now you're pessimistic about somebody else, and you're like, okay, well, this person, the other person, the new person is kind of holding you back too. You feel like there's some type of scandal. There is a scandal with the fire sign. So that person's going to want you to compromise. So you may end up going back to the Capricorn once they get their shit together. All right, let's do your confirmations. Go ahead and drop your yes or no question. It does not have to be related to your reading. It could be any yes or no question. Let's get your confirmations. All right, so something's going to happen within the next year. Okay, you are a priority and you're treating yourself like one. There could be some type of hazy illusions by someone. You feel like somebody is karmic and they're not. He or she knows exactly who you are and they're going to respect you as so. There could be some type of maintenance request or maintenance issue that you need to get completed. Somebody's going to get caught red-handed. This could be someone with the initial D as in David. First, middle, or last. Forgive yourself. You still have time. Somebody's going to come back and apologize, but know that I'm sorry is not enough. You need to watch their facial expressions or body language when it comes to some type of outcome. Somebody could be trying to send you money as an apology. Something about February could be important. Again, the truth is going to be out, and you're going to realize that everything is temporary when it comes to a particular person. Somebody is still trying to wish to be your friend and or give you some type of BS about being your friend. That's where your attention needs to go right now. Okay. What's your follow-up question? Let me see. Let me get your picture. You know who it is? Okay, good. Let me scroll down. T, go ahead and send in for your question. Okay, you can send in for your question. All right, I'm looking for CC. What's your follow-up question? It doesn't have to be related, just yes or no. T, you can send in for your question. Is Kendall telling people and the bitter baby mom? Is Kendall telling people and that you are the bitter baby mom? In the past, they told this person that you got comfort and recklessly spending and or people that gives into you all just because. They could have told people that you was out sleeping with someone and or that you were jealous of somebody else. They also may, is this a person that you were dealing with? They could have, this fire sign is out here. I ain't trying to start no drama, but they could have tried to pleasure this person and say, okay, well, let me see if I can get to this person open and freely and see what kind of relationship this creates. And that person became uncertain if you knew or, you know, if they were to answer or go towards this, what this would mean. And so they try to procrastinate on it. Say, okay, well, let me just, you know, play this out, and it never actually happened. Example, it's like, oh, well, since we not together, I'm gonna go see if I can go fuck with somebody else that I know that's gonna give it to me. The other person was like, oh, well, maybe just not today, or let's try next week, or let's try to keep pushing it out, and it never happened. But they both were trying to do so. Okay, just FYI when it comes to that. So maybe if that's you still around that same person, you definitely need to get away from them. But maybe you already accepted the fact that you need to avoid them. Maybe you already know that this person that seeks attention, or they're insecure about something. And this is what I don't know. Maybe you always know that. Okay. Yes, your child's father. Okay, cool. Just FYI. But no, they don't tell people that you're the bitter baby mom anymore. Not anymore. What they did. All right. Any other personals before we hop off? Let me check before I go. Going once. Cause I gotta get that personal done before I get out of here today. All right, cool. Thank you for being here.